Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpawnCast episode 126. We were late because Sean was trying to figure out Discord. It was actually pretty fun. He was popping in and out. He couldn't hear us, but he's good. You can hear us now, right, Sean?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Sean, can you hear us now?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can.
I don't know what my computer is doing, but yes, I can hear now.
Is that still that
awesome Ether that Spawn recommended you?
No, this is the all-in-one that I told him to replace, right?
Yeah, I still have
Yeah,
it, of course.
I actually sent you that. I sent you a sweet computer, man, that you could have picked up.
No, I'll get one eventually.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so Sean's with us tonight. Sean, how are you doing tonight?
Doing all right. Not too bad.
No, you're watching wrestling tonight, right?
Yes.
That second channel starting up.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I've got to come up with some branding and stuff for it, but we're gonna do it for sure.
Dude, you had some contacts now in the business, man. You can get Stevie Richards on there.
I got a lot of contacts, surprisingly.
Okay, see, now we're getting somewhere with that. All right, very cool. And our guest tonight is Modern Vintage Gamer. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me back on the show, fellas.
Yes, I think you're the only other one who played Control, so I had to have you back on.
Yes, I did.
I think everybody played Astral Chain though, so everyone's very excited for Astral Chain.
Hell yeah.
Especially OJ. How's it going tonight, man?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm doing good. Astral Chain's been freaking blowing my mind. As soon as you start upgrading and getting more stuff, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes, Max was unable to be on tonight because he was dealing with a few things going on at his house, so he'll be back next week. And then we have Jordan. Jordan, what's up, man?
What's going on? I'm happy to be here. Been clean off the nicotine for a full week.
Okay.
But I went through one of the worst sicknesses of my life as well right after that, so that wasn't fun. But we're good. I have my voice. I'm happy to be here. My birthday's tomorrow. I'm in good spirits, so let's have a good show.
All right. Very good. And then Nate's with us tonight. How's it going, Nate?
Not too bad.
That's good. Good to have you here. Then Evan actually can participate in the Astral Chain talk because I think you already finished the game.
Yeah, beat it.
You already beat the game. Okay. How many? Wait, there's 11 chapters?
12 technically, but 11 that are the main story.
Okay, so I'm a little more than halfway through then.
Yeah,
right, cool.
one of the chapters took forever though, like straight up like 2-3 hours.
Towards the end, like later on, like one of the back.
It might have been 10 that took that long, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Very good. So we'll be talking a bit about that. Gears 5 sounds pretty interesting. Lion King and Aladdin are coming back. And I also put Nintendo Direct rumors in there because there are some going around now that are getting shared, specifically times and all of this stuff. So there's a good chance that this might be the last SpawnCast before Nintendo Direct happens. There's a chance. So that's why I put that in there, because otherwise we wouldn't have a chance to really talk about it or do any predictions. So, Fish Fan says Pro Controller gameplay from RGT. You already do Pro Controller gameplay though, right? Okay, well, he's not. I can't hear Sean.
His mic's off. Good. It's excellent.
Yeah, I muted myself. I forgot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I did the video, and actually, I've only played aside from playing in handheld mode, I've only played Astral Chain with a Pro Controller.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think it's better anyway to those kind of games, especially. I don't know. I maybe Nate, who is the only other person, I think. Well, no, Evan might have used the Joy-Cons.
Why?
They're
over there.
You just use the Pro Controller then.
Yeah, I preferred. I would have used my my third party just because there was a mini game in it that I hated with the tilt controls. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say I think Nate's probably the only one that was using the dog face controller. But yeah, that's why I put the Direct.
Yeah, and it works fine.
That's why I put the Direct in there, though. That whole thing. So
there's a moment near the end where if you don't have Joy-Con drift, you will. So enjoy that.
Oh,
I had Joy-Con drift. I fixed it.
It's gonna break again, man.
It's good now.
It's good for the next 2 months.
That's
Until it's
fine.
time to
I'll
spray it
fix
again. Oh man,
that $8 bottle of electrical cleaner will last me like 10 years.
Dude, you need one of those, the 8-bit dough SN30 Pro Plus. Dude, that is a legit controller. That controller is sweet, man. That is the one to get. Unless you use a lot of Amiibo. If you use Amiibo a lot, it probably won't work for you. But
Nobody uses Amiibo anymore.
so there you go. We're good. We're in them.
When's the last time? Except for
I used
OJ.
Amiibo. I used Amiibo for Fire Emblem Three Houses so I can get the sweet music. So screw you.
Yeah,
you'd
well,
have to-
that's actually a good reason to use Amiibo. But like,
It is.
does Nintendo even remember they make Amiibo? Outside of like the Smash line, they're just like, oh yeah, here's a Snake Amiibo. We're
called the
never
Amiibo
making these
Gazebo.
again.
Did they introduce any more with Fire Emblem, or did I miss it?
No new Amiibo. No,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They should make an
still have- they
untitled Goose Game Amiibo.
they still haven't gotten around to getting all the Smash Brothers characters Amiibos yet. So
Oh,
we still
wow,
need
that's a
the
good
rest
point.
of the roster for Smash.
They just put out Isabelle, Pokemon Trainer, and Pichu like the other week.
Oh wait, Jordan, you're collecting Amiibo, right?
I collect ones that I want. Like they released some new Pokemon ones, so like I got
okay.
those, and then like Ivysaur and Squirtle still have to come out as well. But you know, like they're releasing very few and far between, basically at this point.
Okay. So do we want to? I guess we can talk about what we've been playing this week. But I know, like I said, the one topic everyone's been playing is Astral Chain. So do we want to start talking about Astral Chain? Some thoughts on this game?
I've been playing other stuff outside of Astral Chain.
Okay,
What
so we want
ecchi
to talk
game
about
are
other
you
stuff
playing?
first, and then go to Astral Chain. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Nate.
I've been playing some Bullet Storm on Switch.
I played a
really
little
good.
bit of that as well.
It's a
Yeah.
good port, even though it is 30 frames a second.
It is a good port. I think it's just like visually it looks fine. I mean, I know it was like it was a 360 game technically, but
Yeah, I did the comparison to the Xbox One version, and it stacks up pretty well against it. The only difference is the frame rate and some, texture work and the resolution. So it's a solid port. And the other game I've been playing this week is River City Girls.
I haven't played that one yet. But people keep talking about it. What is that game?
It's basically River City Ransom, but instead of being guys, you're high school girls who are beating the hell out of students because their boyfriends got kidnapped.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I took like a jump rope and been beating the hell out of cheerleaders with it.
How much is that game?
I think it's either $15 or $20 when
Okay.
it comes out on the 5th or the 6th.
Oh, is this still not even out yet, man?
Yeah, and
All
I
right.
think Limited Run Games has got it as well for a physical at some point too, because I know they've been talking about it.
Yeah, I think they had that up last week for their pre-orders because it's developed by Way Forward.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
up for
alright.
pre-order.
System is involved in it.
Yeah.
So it's a spiritual successor to the River City Ransom games, just with a female lead.
Okay. I'll be checking that one out as well, just to see what it's all about. But did you play Astral Chain?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not talking about that yet.
We'll come back around to that. I just want to make sure Nate played it because I wasn't fully aware if Nate had played it yet. Actually, wait, Jordan, did you play Astral Chain as well?
Mhm.
Okay, so see, everyone played it. All right, good. All right, Sean, you seem real interested in telling us what you've been playing. Why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I've been playing the action game that everyone has been playing, and that is Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword on the Nintendo D.
Yep, I've been playing that this week too. Crazy coincidence.
It's a great game that nobody ever talks about. Yes, it's very different, but I really like it.
Are you going to make
I've
a video
also-
on it?
I might do another. I think it's time to do another hardware pushers, and I never did one on the DS. And considering the crazy amount of DS games I've played over the years, like I can make a really good video on it. And this would be one of them because the frame rate in this game is buttery smooth. I think it's 60 frames per second, which is pretty crazy. I've also been playing Torchlight 2. If you like Diablo, you'll like Torchlight. And I got a code for Bulletstorm, but I haven't checked it out yet. I got a code for Decay of Logos, but I hear that it's terrible on the Switch and it needs some updates before.
It's terrible.
Like
What-
they had to change some stuff in it, or like they delayed the review process of it because they needed to patch it or something.
What game is that?
Decay of Logos. It's one of those games. It looks sort of like a bit like Breath of the Wild kind of aesthetic. So I was interested in it, but yeah, supposedly it's not all that great.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Zelda Dark Souls hybrid. And
Okay.
in the first 20 minutes, you're fighting trees.
Well, the game isn't good on any system, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's it's kind of trash on everything.
But from like a technical aspect, like it's supposedly like broken as hell on the Switch right now, so they're having to do a bunch of improvements on it. Trying to think if I played anything else.
About Friday the 13th.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course. I'm still playing that. I've kind of slowed down on it towards the second half of the week, but yeah, I'm still playing it for sure.
You gotta start playing some Halo with me. That's what you gotta do. Get on Halo.
It ain't
Get on
Friday.
Master Chief Collection. Come on.
I actually want to download the Blair Witch game, actually.
Oh, yeah, that just came out yesterday.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
on,
it sucks.
but it's on Game
No,
Pass,
seriously.
though. Really?
Yeah, I heard it's really bad.
Is it? It would look like it was
I
gonna be like
didn't
an
expect
Outlast.
it to be great, honestly. I was excited for it because it's cool, but I didn't expect it to be.
There wasn't a lot of marketing around it, really. So when I saw that and it didn't seem like they were pushing it that much, I was like, I was hoping it would
even know
just be
it came out.
Outlast, but
Well, it's weird because it's like, do people still care about the Blair Witch in 2019? Like, it's been 20 years since the original movie.
it's a big deal when it came out.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but did anyone talk about it?
Not really. I
People,
did.
people still care about the Blair Witch, like the Blair Witch just in general.
It happened down the
Like-
street from me.
Like people still care about that, but I mean, I don't know about a video. I mean, you know how movie video games are. People don't really like. That's the problem.
I feel like that the licensing or whatever was just cheap. So they're like, let's
Yeah,
make a movie,
it was
let's make a game out of it, or it was just easy to make the game out of it. I haven't checked it, so I need to.
I'll look into it.
Okay, I mean it's on
And I
Game
literally
Pass.
mean,
You literally just like I can turn my Xbox on now. By the time that the podcast's over, I could be playing it. So.
Like literally, the whole premise where it was shot and where the town it's about is literally 15 minutes from my house. And like I've been to all the filming locations and seen it all.
See,
So, like
when
I
the-
love Blair Witch stuff.
See, when we keep upgrading the podcast here, we're getting to the point where maybe we could throw a trailer up here while we're talking about it or something.
No.
Something we can do if we plan it out. So
Yeah, if I
we'll
know
get to
things
that point. I think
beforehand.
though. We'll get to that point.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. You guys can do that.
I watched a
make that
movie, too. I watched a movie, a semi-recent movie.
Yeah, you were tweeting about it.
Us. Fantastic. Jordan Peele is amazing at horror.
That movie is
loved
good, dude.
I loved it. Like I
Yeah.
loved everything. The cinematography in it was fantastic. The way they used I Got Five on it and like different varieties and shit. Just absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for he's doing a Candyman reboot, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Give
that's
it
gonna be
to
good.
me.
Jeez.
Give it to me.
Interesting. Okay.
I liked Us better than Get Out. I thought Get Out was awesome, but Us is better in my opinion.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think so too.
And the Joker movie is getting good reviews, so
I can't wait, man. That new trailer is so good, man.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Can't
man.
wait. Rated R. It's gonna
Yes,
be good.
yes, R-rated. So too bad it's gonna be a one-off. So
I gotta talk about that on
Jordan had plenty to say about that. It was freaking
Yeah.
awesome. That was actually one of the best parts of the cast when we did it.
yeah, I'm gonna probably make a video talking about the Joker film sometime soon.
Yeah, baby.
I was gonna talk about it on my my other channel.
No, I was gonna talk about it on my other channel.
Wow.
What?
I'm gonna talk about it right now. So Joker has a no. I'm joking.
It looks like Blair Witch is 13.5 gigabytes.
That's not bad.
That's all I know. What about MVG? What you been up to this week, man? What you been playing?
Just other than Astral Chain, which I know we'll talk about here shortly. Control, I picked it up on Monday night or Tuesday. I've been playing through that. I was trying to finish the game before Astral Chain, but I'm probably towards the end, but I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Control as well before Astral Chain because I was in the same boat. I was like, I'll get it Tuesday and I'll try to get through it. And I think I'm probably like almost 3/4 of the way through. So it's not a long game.
What do you think of the game? And let's be real. What do you think about it?
I think it's average, but I think I'll forget about it by the time that when we're talking about like games at the end of the year for like Game Awards, I don't think I'll even think about Control because of all the other stuff happening.
Yeah.
But it reminds me I said it reminded me of Advent Rising a little bit. From the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Just not as sci-fi with like aliens and stuff happening. But they try to make it like this weird, confusing horror style game, like Inception almost.
Yeah.
Like they're doing some weird stuff in the game, but it is kind of like Star Wars-y as well. Like you literally have like force throw. You're able to make a shield in front of you out of the ground. You can literally like levitate. It's not bad, but I see it as a very average game.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm a big Remedy fan. Like I've bought every Remedy game since like Death Rally on DOS, back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And I was a little I'm a little disappointed with the game, honestly. It's a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. It's definitely not worth $60. Wait for Black Friday. It'll probably be like $20 or $25 during Black Friday. It's definitely worth a pickup and a playthrough. You know, there's a cool, creepy atmosphere to the game, but honestly, and I don't know if it's just me, but I don't even understand the story. I don't understand what's going on in the game. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So
the problem is the main character isn't very memorable. Like I don't even think too much about it. I'm kind of just like mindlessly going through the game. But like the throwing ability and some of the powers are fun. Like the gameplay is fun.
And that's what saves the game for me is like the gunplay. Like the gunplay and all the powers you have are amazing. Like walking into a room and having like 10 different ways of, you know, clearing the room is awesome. But, you know, for me, Remedy has always been about good story and you know, good writing. And I'm sure there's a good story in there somewhere, but I just don't know what it is. And the other thing that really kind of bugs me about it is the engine's kind of dated, like the Northlight engine. You know,
there's some. What system are you playing it on? PC or?
I'm playing on PS4 Pro.
Okay. I'm playing on the Xbox One X. And what I noticed that if I go into the map, or I guess I pause it, but then I go into resume, the frame rate is like 3 or 4 while it tries to catch up. It is like bad for like 5-6 seconds. It's very weird.
That's exactly the same. And you mentioned the map. You pull up the map and it takes about 10 seconds to actually render the whole map.
I was like I think Wood told me he thought his game was broken because he can't see the map. I'm like, sometimes it takes like 15-20 seconds to load the map.
Yeah, that engine they have, the Northlight engine, it's kind of cool, but it's also kind of out of date. Like it was great for Quantum Break, but it needs, you know, it needs an update severely.
So that's why people I think are. Were you gonna say something, OJ?
Well, it needs an update for what? Because I watched now. I haven't played Control, but that's the perfect. You know, I talked about it on Twitter. That's like the perfect, you know, Black Friday type of game. Pick it up, play it for a bit, you know, because it's gonna be like $25, you know, by that time or something. Like. So I'm definitely I want to play it. I play a lot of Remedy's games like Alan Wake, and you know, I bought Quantum Break for $10. I still need to play that, but I do want to get around to it at some point. But Control looked a little bit more cool. But you said it needs an update, like with the engine. Like, what do you mean? Because I watched the Digital Foundry thing, and they seem like the PC version seems to be, you know, pretty good, but the console version, I guess, has some issues here and there. But it seems okay to me. Like,
if you get the PC version, you're golden, man. Like it'll be fine. But if you get it on console, it's kind of like the you know, the what's that game that they, you know, the Castlevania ripoff they just released, Bloodstained, right? I mean, it's the same type of thing. It runs great on PC, but you know, absolute trash on console. And the engine isn't particularly great on the consoles, I don't think.
What were you playing it on? What system?
PS4 Pro.
PS4. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Did you see the digital? Sorry to cut you off, John. Did you see the Digital Foundry thing on that? They said like the PS4 Pro version has like a lot of issues compared to the Xbox One X version of the game, which is apparently smoother. Like when you pick up stuff to throw it and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like there's some issues with the PS4 Pro, which is weird. Like you would think that, you know.
The game has issues on all platforms. Some people playing on the Pro having significant problems, while John at Digital Foundry was playing it on a base PS4 and not encountering those same issues. So the game just seems like to be an unoptimized mess. And it depends on if the system's been turned off, if it's in rest mode, how much storage space you have. There's so many variables that are affecting this game's performance that there's no real clear answer of what's happening.
This is a game that I want to go back to when I get a PS5. Like if it's fully backwards compatible with PS4 games and it gets an optimization for the PS5, this will probably be a game that'll be good to go back to after that.
Well, that's like Wood kept showing me all these glitches that he was having. And like, it seemed like a lot of people weren't talking about those glitches. Like I knew 3 people that were reviewing it before the embargo was up. And that was Brett from PlayStation Enthusiast, Wood is gonna do something on it, and Dreamcast Guy. And Dreamcast Guy loved it. And then Brett and Wood, who are huge Remedy fans, were like, eh. And so I was kind of like, wow, it seems like it's a very love it or hate it sort of game, more so than other Remedy games.
I'm just kind of like indifferent on it, minus the bugs and glitches. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a game that's just forgettable for now.
Same.
But I do think it might have been just good enough for Sony to consider buying Remedy. Like
Yeah.
they're acting very cozy with Remedy right now. So I'm curious if Sony pulls the trigger before the end of the generation with them. And
There's like exclusive Control content, right? Like there's an exclusive.
yeah, and they're
stuff on the
they're
PS4.
tweeting out job listings and stuff, and looking for jobs for Remedy through Sony's handle and everything. And I think there's a possibility that Sony picks them up before the end of the generation as well, which will be interesting because maybe they move to something like the Decima engine then.
I hope so, man. Like, yeah, they got to do something. I mean, I think, Northlight is fine, but it just, to Nate's point, it's an unoptimized mess at the moment, and they really got to do something. I'd like to see, mention Sony buying Remedy. I mean, I think what would be really cool, I'm just kind of fanboying a little bit, but like Alan Wake 2, PS5 exclusive, that'd be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, because Remedy, they have the rights to it now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they could do a remaster for the first one and then do like the sequel and everything, and PS5 exclusive. I think it'd be a big title to drop on there as an exclusive, especially if they have the time as a first party, technically Sony studio. That would be because they let their studios take forever on some of their games, so that would be big. I think that's probably going to happen though, which is interesting because that means that Microsoft would let Remedy and Insomniac get away.
Yeah, man. It's two you don't want to get away, really, but they did somehow.
See, I thought they were going to split. I thought like Microsoft might try to get Remedy and then Sony tries to get Insomniac, but if Sony gets both, that's a pretty big move. But yeah, Control, I think OJ's right. I think wait to see it go on sale Black Friday, go shopping for it then.
You can be great at that for 25. That would be a fun game to play through.
Yeah, Max mentioned that it was like 9 hours and he did all the side stuff. So it's not like a tremendously long game either. So keep that in mind if you're going to buy it. I think it's fun, but you might realize that it's not as long as you thought it was when you first started it up. So.
I heard Smooth talking about it too. He got like 710 achievement points in like he said like in a few like 6 or 7 hours or something like that.
Yep.
So
you'll start the achievement points rank up or stack up pretty quick in that game. I was a little surprised. And generally when that happens, you start to realize that the game is almost over. So it's but yeah, $25 I think is a pretty solid price to pick it up on.
Yep, agree.
Yeah. But let me Evan, you want to head to the Discord question before we move into Astral Chain?
All right, we got how much would you pay for Sony's version of Game Pass?
Ooh.
Same price.
Ooh, that's actually a good question. Oh,
$1 a month.
Yeah, $1 a month.
Depends on the amount of classic games that are on there, I feel.
yeah, because what if they went back and got PS1 and PS2 games, threw them on there too?
Yeah, see, they got a better back catalog.
They can leave
Got
PS,
real PS3 emulation down properly. Absolutely.
They can leave PS1 games off the list. Just work on PS1. PS1.
I get some
Y'all
good
play
like
PS1
the-
games.
Some
Man.
good
Legend of
classics,
Dragoon on
Wild
there, man.
Arms.
I mean, we're all about to buy Final Fantasy VIII again.
Legend of Dragoon needs a remaster. It needs a remake or a remaster.
That'd be
nice. Yeah, it would be very nice. But PS1 games are rough, man. Like they're pretty rough.
Depends. I mean, you could. What's like some of the 2D games are pretty good. You go back and get like. I mean, we already have all the
Klonoa.
Mega Man games. What?
Okay,
Klonoa.
if you guys are talking about like the 2D games and stuff, I agree with you. Those are
Toomba.
those are great. But I'm just saying, like a lot of like the load times and all. I guess if they can fix that, right, that'd be great. But man, PS1.
Yeah.
I mean, I like PS1. I just like PS2 a lot more than I like PS1. Like I like PS2 way more than I like.
PS2 was a solid generation though, so that was when they figured 3D out.
Yeah, the 6th gen was like they perfected 3D. They got you had open world games, you had shooters, you had
60 frames per second games back then.
Yeah, you had 3D action games, you had 3D RPGs, you had there was 2D games even back. There was a bunch of great 2D games too. I mean, it literally had everything. I haven't seen the gen since that 6th gen really kind of impressed me as much as the 6th gen did, from going from 5th to 6th gen.
I would say $10 a month, and I would hope that all three companies eventually get to that point where they all have their own subscription service, like a Game Pass. Because that'd be so much easier.
I'd do 10 a month.
I think 10 a month is a good price.
Before we get to Astral Chain, I just wanted to say there's a couple games I played this week. Some new stuff, some old stuff. I played some Pokemon Masters.
I played a little bit of that. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's fine. Like there's microtransactions.
There's quite a few microtransactions.
It goes up to like $90 some. At least, I mean, you're really just you're buying that instead of getting gems really slowly. You're buying gems to collect trainers to use, basically. And at least it's up front with you about like the rates of pulling some of them, which is nice. But
they have the unified gem system, but the special pulls, you have to use gems you physically purchase with cash. Like they actually, even though there is only one monetary thing, it's two. They just hide it from you.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. And people, when I said pay to win, people are like, it's not pay to win. Yeah, it's not pay to win. It's pay to feel good about yourself to get the good characters, basically. So it's interesting. I'll put more time into it, but it is what it is. I've been playing through Gears recently. I just went through all of Gears 3. About to go through Gears 4 as well, right before 5 comes out. I went into what was the other game? CTR. I got back into CTR just for Spyro, obviously.
What do you think about that, Sean?
I haven't downloaded the Spyro stuff yet. I may. I talked about
Sean.
CTR.
The game's not gonna like all of a sudden morph into Mario Kart or anything.
I know. I talked about it in one of my news videos.
Ant Dude will fight you over that game.
He loves that game.
He does. That's why I said he'll fight you over that.
I'm liking it a lot less the more I play it.
What?
I'm liking CTR less and less the more I play it. I think their online is horribly unbalanced. I think there's just a lot of unfairness in terms of the do not finish. Like if some guy finishes the race who's just going insane and finishes in 2 minutes, when the average race course most people do between like 3 and 3.5 minutes, then one player comes in with an actual ranking and everyone else gets a did not finish. Like I think that's too, like it's not regulated properly. There's no dedicated servers. Like there's just a lot of problems that I have with it. So I'm just liking it the more I play it, the less I like it. So that's sad, but it is what it is. I played the Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch a bit. It's good. It's hard. Like there's some actually hard challenges in it, which I like. It gives you like a reason to learn the game as best you can. That's about it, aside from Astral Chain, which I know we're about to get into.
Okay, easy enough. Let me go.
I think my biggest issue with CTR is just the drifting. I don't want
really.
it.
Oh, I love the drifting.
I just
once you get it,
feel cool.
Get it. Yeah, once you get that triple, it just feels.
I don't
good.
know. I just don't like the way, like when you try to jump and I mean once you actually get it, it feels great. But I don't know. I guess I'm too used to Mario Kart. Maybe.
Fantastic game. Potential for game of the year. Just
Game of the year.
Silliness.
No, you know what? What's really funny is it might be in the running for racing game of the year.
I mean, what's the competition?
There's no Forza.
Wait.
I mean, it's like Sonic and close.
There's an amazing racing game coming out later this year. It is Ryan's racing game.
Oh, finally.
I'm so excited on the box side and race around like a turtle.
Isn't there a new Garfield kart dropping this year too? The competition, baby.
This is the year of the kart racer, man.
Man. Let me go over some of the Streamlabs messages. Abraham said, just went out today and bought Astral Chain. Nice. And I need to say this, just by holding the box, I felt it's a perfect game. And first thing I did is give it a 10 out of 10 on some game review site of the second channel and say awesome and funny. That's funny. We can comment on that really quick. Astral Chain getting review bombed. Sean telling people to go outside. It's crazy over there on Twitter.
Dang, dude, I've never seen you get that mad, Sean. Telling people to go outside.
I mean,
it's one thing you don't do yourself.
Kids follow you, man.
It's not even that it's Astral Chain and like I'm in love with the game and like a diehard white knight for the game. It's just in general, like review bombing something just because of a petty reason. And like this mob mentality. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what sort of satisfaction do you get? Like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna say this game is a 0. Yeah, take that. It's like,
what? Oh, you'll be able
I don't
to
know. Some of the review bombs were pretty funny. Like one guy was saying, I can't believe this game is 30 frames a second. How come it's not like God of War on PS4, which was 30 frames a second?
Hey, you could unlock the frame rate and get that clean anywhere from 50 to 18 frames per second.
Well, 40 something, 40 to 60.
Like all over
when there's nothing going on, it's freaking running beautiful. But the funny thing about the review bombing thing, I said that I want these idiots to keep doing it because I was talking about it earlier and I'm like, all it does is just make all of us more money. So go ahead. You guys want to say stupid things? We can just make a video about it. And then it's just, so go ahead. Feel free. Feel free to continue being dumb and doing stuff like that. It's great.
Well, and it's free promotion too, because all these YouTubers and websites are talking about it. So now the game is getting more promotion, and it's not costing them anything. So
exactly, it just makes everyone better. They get the satisfaction. We get to make more content based off of it, and the users who watch it say, "Hey, that's funny," you know, because they make the videos and like we watch them. They watch them. So I think it's a good idea. Keep on review bombing stuff.
What is it about Platinum Games that bring out these people though? Because it's happened with Bayonetta 2 as well, right? I mean, I don't get it. I really do not get it.
Because it's a Nintendo exclusive.
Did you stream it you streamed it? Didn't you, MVG?
I did, and I was talking to OJ about it on Twitter. Like, I was getting all these people saying, "Yeah, this game sucks. Bayonetta 2 is way better than this. You should be playing Metal Gear, Rising instead." And I'm like, dude, this is a new freaking game that just came out. Of course, I want to play it on stream. I could not understand that whole mentality. I don't understand that mentality at all.
It's like, go play Bayonetta 2, even though we already played Bayonetta 2. Again, we played it twice. We played it once on the Wii U, then we played it again on the Switch. So we already played it twice. We already played Bayonetta 2. We're trying to play something new.
Well, play it again.
Well, it's gonna happen again next week for Gears 5. So that thing will probably get review bomb worse, to be honest, because I think that's actually gonna be a pretty good Xbox game. So.
I hope so, man. I really hope.
Well, after seeing those previews for campaign, dude,
I will say this. Like I've been saying, I've been pretty nervous about it. That campaign trailer got me definitely more excited. Yep. I was like, okay, at least there's actual other stuff happening aside from what they've showed us in the last year and a half. So
we'll get into that too. Cosmic Creeper on Streamlabs says, random question, but what is the holy grail of game collecting for you guys? Like for me, it's Xenosaga 3. It's a good question. Sean, you got your Panasonic Q though. So
yeah, the Q was really.
What would be your holy grail of game collecting? Then?
Hang on, OJ's getting his holy grail.
Maybe I got mine right here.
A Black Sharp Twin. I still want to get one of those.
This is it right here.
I absolutely love the fact I love Xenosaga. I love Monolith Soft, and the fact that I was able to track down all these three after mine got stolen from when I was in college. I'm just happy about that.
Jordan got the PlayStation Classic in box mint.
Yeah, mint condition, dude. It's my favorite. It's my holy grail. Right there, it's impossible to find. You can't find it.
Xenosaga 3 is dope. I love these games. I love all Xenosaga 1, 2, and I'm just happy that I can die happy now that I got these 3 games back, because these got stolen from me and I was so pissed off.
They're stolen back.
Dude, I freaking wish I would have freaking killed. I would have been in prison. I would have killed that guy.
I'm gonna say, for me anyway, it would probably be the Neo Geo AES that's on MVG's shirt there.
Yeah,
that might be it. Those things are so hard to find in good working order, and then the games, it's like impossible now.
The systems aren't that bad to find. The games are stupid expensive.
Yeah, I have got
3 games
now,
mine.
so I can cross that one off. Apparently,
there's just so many obscure shirts going on. Like you have that on your shirt, MVG. Sean has Ikaruga on his shirt. What is going on? Where do you find these shirts? Why do these exist?
And I bought this at fangamer.com, so
that makes sense. Okay.
T-Public had a sale, and stupid Joe got the same shirt as me because I told him about it.
That was your mistake. Okay.
Yeah, I shouldn't have told him.
It was Mega Man X3 on the Super Nintendo for a while, but I stopped looking for that after a bit. So I have the game like 8 different times now on different collections.
Coming in 9.
I would say whatever the most expensive, rarest game there is, so I could just sell it for that price and get the money for it. Like, I don't know, stadium events or something. I don't know. That would do it for me.
Little Samson.
Little Samson, yeah.
Did they ever make the sequel Big Samson?
Okay, let me get
Have a good night, everyone.
Super chats. Katana Riku says, hopefully Shin Megami Tensei gets info at the next direct. Seems unlikely though. Good to see you guys tonight.
Maybe TGS.
Tokyo Game Show is actually a good spot for it, I would say. That's actually a good idea. So I mean that means we would probably see information on it in the first half of September then, if they're going to do it. I don't know when else you show it after that, if it's not in the direct or in the Tokyo Game Show. Sokar says, Nate, have you played Pantsu Hunter back to the 90s?
Yes, I have 15 minutes of gameplay footage on my channel.
Oh, okay.
I got the first pair of panties in the game, and then my guy fell in the tub and got arrested.
All right.
Well,
that is
happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, right.
Good game.
Jalen Core says, I'm starting wondering if 2K's ego has gotten so big that they don't even care. Possibly. We'll talk about that as well. Their slot machine madness over there. Rikudo Perez says, of course, Blair Witch sucks. It's Xbox and on Game Pass. Hey, Gears 5 is about to be on Game Pass. And if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get it early.
I already pre-downloaded it.
Me too. I'm ready.
It's probably like 5,000 gigabytes. So good. Pre-download.
What was it? It was like 50. It was 57,
54.
right? 54. I was surprised. Yeah, because Gears 4 is over 100 gigabytes.
Yeah,
it's 117 for Gears 4. I just re-downloaded it to play through, and I was like, "Holy crap! Why is this game so big?"
Yeah, that's
so many games.
Is it September 3rd that we can download it then? Like Tuesday, right? If you have Game Pass Ultimate,
it starts the 6th. It starts Friday.
Friday. I'm sorry.
You get it 4 days before launch.
Oh, right, because it comes. Oh, yep. Okay,
it comes out on the 10th. Yeah.
6. Yep, I see that.
It's good. Now I have more time to beat it before I just lose my life to Borderlands. So
there you go. Oh yeah, then Borderlands comes out, man.
Mm-hmm. Code Vein comes out.
Oh yeah,
at the end of the month, right?
Yeah, Code Vein's out too.
Yeah. Aiden Quinn says, anyone pick up the Mana Collection limited stock? I did not get it physically. I have it digitally. I've thought about it because I think that's actually that's gonna be a hard game to find.
I got it physically.
Yeah. Did you open it or did you keep it sealed?
No, I haven't even opened it yet.
Yeah. See, that's a game I would actually consider keeping sealed. Just to be honest, I think that might be somewhat rare. Where did you find it in storage? You just order it online?
Best Buy, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check it there. I think that's gonna be a rare game.
And this was back when we weren't sure if it was going to be just a code or something, but they sent it a couple of days ago.
Okay. Very cool. I might look into that. You might want to look in that, Sean, for your collection as well.
Yeah, probably will. Might
be one of those. Will says, what is this window configuration? It is Discord. You know what? Someone out there needs to invent or create, just in general, and probably end up selling it, to be honest, a good way to video conference and move the boxes around and customize them and do all this stuff. Because like the reason one box is bigger than the others is because we don't have 8 people, and that's just Discord just does what it wants. So either Discord needs to figure it out or somebody else needs to show up in the free market and sell one. Blay says there should be Mario Party Maker. Okay.
I mean, it seems like it would be pretty complicated to like design your own mini games, but
that would be unless you have like a bunch you choose from and then you just pick the ones you want to put in there and then you just create the boards.
The board would be really cool to like design. Like that's awesome. I love that. But
we still have an update on regular Mario Party right now. That thing still has like 5 boards or something. 6 boards.
They're just gonna make a sequel and move on. They ain't updating that game.
I bet you they're already making a sequel. So
yeah.
Arrowwood says Spawn is the Hank Hill of video game news. Discuss.
I asked him if I could be Boomhauer. He said I could be John Redcorn, and honestly, John Redcorn's probably a better selection than Boomhauer. So I'll take it.
I thought he was gonna say Bill.
No. Lenore, come back, Lenore.
Got a palm pile. That was such a good show.
just to let you guys know, that's like one of my favorite shows of all time. I freaking love King of the Hill. It's freaking amazing. That show's awesome.
Man. Lucius Augustus says Goose Quest 11G echoes of an elusive goose.
I like it.
I think he's mixing goose until
crossover we didn't deserve.
Matthew Hammond says, could Nintendo charge more than Sony and Microsoft for a subscription service since they release more published games per year? If it includes all of their first party stuff, yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
But it would be expensive. It would be expensive.
That's why
if it was Sony,
that's why I think Nintendo would do it for all of their their legacy stuff, like their Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64. Throw all that stuff into a big subscription service, and they'd get $120 per year, so $10 a month. Yeah, that would probably work. Leo Aguilar says Goose Game for President 2020.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's on CNN. You never know. They were trying to understand this game. They had reached out for comment because they didn't understand the title.
Goose Game is going to be president. It's going to be game of the year. It's going to take over the world.
Oh, man.
All hail the goose.
That is going to be such an interesting game to play.
It's the best game ever.
Anthony K is no message. Thanks, Anthony. So let's talk about Astral Chain. What's everyone's thoughts on Astral Chain? What?
We should talk about Goose Game.
That's down the list here. I got it. Goose Game will be talked about.
It should be in the headline.
It should have been in the title.
And then we have Control.
Watch it. 7 people talk about a
Who
game
cares
they
about
haven't
Control
played.
over the untitled Goose Game?
So Astral Chain. That Astral Chain. So everyone played it, apparently. Everyone at least picked it up. I assume we're all on varying points in the story and game and everything. I think Sean's actually towards the end, too.
Yeah.
Evan finished it. How
many hours is the game? Because remember how we heard, anything from like 12 to 25? What are we looking at?
I paused it a couple times and walked away and did other things for a few hours, and my save file was 15 hours.
And there's what, 10 files?
11 files. Well, Evan says 12.
There's 12, but the 12 is post the final credits, so technically 11.
Okay, because I'm like halfway through file 7, and I'm at over 10 and a half hours. So I don't know if maybe I'm just playing slower or doing more. Did you do a lot of the side missions?
On all of them but the final chapter. I walked outside in the final chapter, and I saw all the side missions, and I went, no, not today. And I just walked back in, and I did the final mission.
Okay.
Just wanted to finish it up. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
So Platinum Games, I think it's good. I think I'm trying to look at like the Switch's offerings this year, and this might be like right at the top of games to get for the Switch. And I know Link's Awakening is out soon, but that is technically a remake of an older game. I'm thinking like it's hard to make a new IP nowadays. And now you see this, and it's we're not gonna spoil anything. Anyone in the chat, don't worry. It's impressive, I'll say that, for Platinum and Nintendo to come together and make a brand new IP that is pretty good. I am really enjoying it.
Well, I mean, they made a new IP on the Wii U that was pretty good, just no one bought it. It was called The Wonderful 101.
Good game.
Yeah, Wonderful 101's a great game. It's actually really good, but that's more of a problem with the Wii U and the system itself, more so than the game. If the Wonderful 101 came out today on the Switch, I think it would do much better than what it did there. But yeah, you're right. It's still underperforming even for the Wii U at the time. Even it still didn't do as well, it didn't do as well as it should have.
Was that like a marketing thing, or because Astral Chain, they seem to handle the marketing and everything fairly well?
It was a marketing problem, and when the demo came out, it didn't tell you had to buy a block mechanism. So people were playing the demo, they weren't understanding the battle mechanics, they didn't know how to block. So when you play the demo, people were walking away confused. It really got turned off from the game. But up to that point, people watching the trailers were like, wow, this game looks awesome. And that demo just left such a sour taste that even all the positive reviews and positive word of mouth wasn't enough to lure that casual audience into the game.
Yeah, Astral Chain is much more straightforward. Like you technically have ZR as like your attack button, and then they keep introducing more stuff with your Legion and everything. It's much more like you can get some sort of fun out of literally just hitting the ZR button, but then you start throwing in using ZL and moving your Legion around and switch between weapons, and it becomes way more fun after that.
And even beyond that, getting the actual attachments you can put on them that alter what they do when they get summoned, give them abilities sometimes. It's great to customize, especially with the ones you have, because you can have one set up for like regeneration and armor, you can have one set up for something else, and it's just nice.
Yeah, I like that, because when you go into the skill trees that they have, there are legitimate uses like in that skill tree that actually make things different in battle, which is awesome. So I was having fun playing down that skill tree.
I love the Legions and like the air combos and stuff like that, being able to throw those out, and like the sync attacks are fantastic. But I think like the X Baton is one of the coolest weapons, how it transforms from like the big baton or the big sword type of thing,
like the big sword club thing. Yeah,
it's
pretty cool.
To like the gun, to like the quick, and like based on what enemy you're fighting, like you have to switch your weapon between them. It's actually really cool. And really ingenious how they designed it.
And the swapping's tied in. You can, when you do the whole like slow time to nothing, so you can pick which legion you want to use, you can actually change your weapon in that time too, so you can kind of adapt quickly without getting overwhelmed. So it's nice.
And were you guys kind of thrown off a little bit when they said, let's include some like Metal Gear Rising in this?
Were they? Yeah, because you actually like aim your sword slash.
Yeah, like with the sword legion. I was like, why? But okay, cool. I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah, because there are some battles you'll use it in to cut like ties between two enemies, but then you also use it outside of battle to like get different areas and everything. Because it kind of. Yeah, because it does. Evan, you were saying it does have a little bit of Metroidvania.
A bit, yeah. You get certain legions that have abilities that let you traverse areas, but you get them late. But for some reason in the files, there's missions at the beginning that have those things in them. So you can't get into certain areas to do certain missions in the early chapters until you technically New Game Plus it after you get to a certain point.
Okay, so there's more stuff to do even after you beat one file.
Yep.
One
Bayonetta did that too with some of the gates that you have to go into. There's like no way you're going to be able to beat that gate at that time, so you have to come back later when you've gotten something or when you've done a certain thing. Then you can play it and go through it then.
Yeah, it's what do you think so far, Jordan? Did you get a chance to play any as much of it?
I put a little bit of time into it, not anywhere close to any of you guys, and maybe it's just because I'm not super far in. I'm not loving the combat. I think it's okay. I just think it just kind of feels like not as fluid for a Platinum Games game for some reason.
Are you able to use everything with your Legion yet?
No, I've only put like maybe an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, see, once you get past, I think it's the third chapter. That's when like everything opens up. So like you have your chain Legion. Are you able to like tie things up and jump to your Legion and do all this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
But have you mastered? It's weird. They don't tell you everything about combat until you start leveling your Legion up. Then you have to go to the training room and try it out. But there's ways to trigger effects where if you're about to get hit, you summon the Legion in that moment, and it causes other things to happen. There's all kinds of different things that they really don't go over with you at all that you might need to look into, because combat gets pretty crazy when you're able to just full counter whole rooms and like split-second decisions.
I would say that's kind of I didn't really touch on it too much in my video thinking about it, but that's kind of one of the things that was kind of annoying is you're doing a lot of side missions, like not red or blue missions, but just like actual things in the game by like doing a certain number of slashes, picking up a certain amount of cans or whatever. And you get little indications on the screen that tell you that you accomplished something, but it doesn't tell you
to go
anywhere
into the
in the game to go into the menu to activate the rewards for doing that. And like I went and looked when I was playing recently, and I was like, holy shit, I have all these rewards that I get to have access to that the game didn't tell me that I had access to.
What's even better is if when you're doing that, you start scrolling through and you start selecting the rewards. You're like, man, why wouldn't they let me they let you organize it? Just press the right stick and all the ones you've achieved go to the top. And they sit there. I don't know why they don't just have that standard. Just weird.
Yeah, that should have been. But I think the one thing that you probably missed, Sean, was that in the tech room, the guy sitting in the center tells you about it, but it might be easy to miss. Yeah.
See, because I didn't really talk to. Okay, I talked to the dude in the front who sells things like the grenades and stuff, and then the chick who will upgrade your weapons.
Yeah, there's a guy in the center that's kind of like the help guy, and he tells you about that.
Okay.
You got to go through the menu, and he'll tell you like, "Hey, if you go to your orders, blah blah blah." But I didn't do it the first because I played it on stream the first time, and then I restarted another file because I didn't like the way that the girl looked. So I redid it and played it again through, and then I noticed that the second time. But I restarted at the very beginning. Though I only played just for a little bit on the first file. So but it's actually somewhat easy to miss if you don't go through, and he like explains like different menu options to you, and he tells you there. But yeah, it's easy to miss.
But yeah, other than that, it's cool. I like the world and the characters, and the motorcycle chase at the beginning was the thing that initially sold me on the game. Like when they finally showed that off, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So and it felt good to play that part. It's just I guess I got to take time to really get into the combat, and I think that'll probably do it. It's just right now, it just didn't feel as exciting as like everyone's like, oh, the combat, there's so much to do. And I'm like, I could shoot a gun, I could hit people with a baton, and then sometimes my guy will do something cool. Like that's what it kind of feels like.
You'll eventually get full control over when they can do
also,
things.
you only have one Legion right now, right?
Chapter 3, I thought you would have
apparently you get multiple legions. I don't even know.
I mean, you saw all the legions in the beginning, right?
Well, I mean, they showed off different stuff. I didn't know I could have all the different ones. I just thought like, oh, this is my Legion now. So.
They did that Metroid Prime thing in the beginning where they show you all the cool stuff and then they take it away from you.
Strip you of everything.
Yep, and of course, magically, you're the one person of the police force that can control that Legion.
There's definitely a lot of like. It feels like a very like campy 80s like sci-fi film. It's like in the future, this crazy stuff happens, and you're the only one who can do. Like it's fun.
Well, people
like
specifically pointed for the game. They've pointed to basically anime tropes, and it's basically like all of them in the book at all the same time. So it's kind of like that. When you look at it that way, you're like, oh, this is kind of basic. But then the world they built around it is detailed enough and interesting enough that it kind of lets you look past it, which is nice. Probably the only main gripe I had playing the whole way through was the camera occasionally not working well, and that was it.
What's really weird is if you control your Legion, right? You hold ZL and then you're controlling him. You use the right stick to control your Legion. Yeah. So at that point, you lose control of really being able to look around.
Well, did you play around with the co-op mode? They had the co-op mode you can turn on.
I didn't take two. No, I didn't do that. Why does that fix it?
No, it's I don't know if it does, but like it literally gives control of your Legion to someone else entirely.
Oh, see, I was because I realized I was like, wait, if I hold ZL, I'm using the right stick. I can't control the camera, and maybe you want to run around an enemy and like meet on one side to wrap them up with a chain. I was like, I can't like turn the camera while I'm running around.
That's the thing that I have an issue too with, or they should have made the training room bigger, because sometimes when you're like that,
the training room's not the worst offender. There's some nice rooms where they detailed up the walls with like a lot of little things that when your camera's spinning, it'll hit and then it'll like jam into your character, and you're just like, wait, what's going on? And you can't see anything.
I mean, I've read into that as well, but I think that one of the things is like what I've learned to do, which you shouldn't, but what I've learned to do is kind of just like where you click the right stick and like it just kind of focuses on you, like whatever way you're looking. That's what I've kind of had to do to get, but that's bizarre. That's a bizarre way of playing.
Changes eventually. Like you're talking about auto targeting people, right? Or are you talking about just
not auto
switching? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not. It's just like sometimes controlling, like I guess it's just getting used to it though. Getting used to that, controlling both of them takes some time. Which Platinum Games titles, I mean, this happens like with a lot of stuff. I remember when I first played Vanquish, I was like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Like some other games, like you just start it takes a little bit of time, and you can't button mash in this game. Like this game, it's even like Bayonetta, you can kind of get away with it at times. But this game, you cannot button mash or you're going to be in trouble.
This one cues your attacks. So if you press twice in a row, you'll do your first, and then you're stuck in your second. Like, it's coming. And if you're about to get hit,
there was an article from The Independent that said this is the worst action game ever on the Switch, and I just button mashed my whole way through.
Yeah, but the guy's review has things that are factually incorrect.
I was going to say, I saw it. I was like, did they play it? Like,
he didn't play the game. If he did play the game, he played like the first two files at best.
Or did he turn it to that first difficulty setting, which specifically states combat doesn't matter. You're here for the story.
I was going to say, isn't it like...
He probably did that to rush the review out, which is just disingenuous because it's not an accurate representation of the game. And as a reviewer, like, I get it. Maybe you suck at these type of games, but then pass the assignment on to another person within the company to handle the review. You can't write a review and say, there's no ranking system at the end of combat sequences. Well, there is a ranking system. So either you never actually finished...
It only gives you a rank if I think you're PA normal, I want to say.
Yeah, PA normal.
Platinum standard.
Yeah,
so it's just weird where this guy didn't play the game on the correct, like, the setting for difficulty. He did something that ruined the game, and he's writing a review that's not an accurate representation of the game. He's basically reviewing, like, I'll say casual mode and saying, well, this sucks because it doesn't have this feature, but it does have that feature. You just disabled it because you played hand-holding mode.
Yep. And then they got ratioed on Twitter like Vice did from Dave Chappelle.
The times we're living in.
Yeah, I know, right? What do you guys think of the investigations? The like how you can kind of go around and it has like the Batman
I like
Asylum.
I don't know. I mean, some of you guys may have known that was in the game. I had no idea it was in the game, and there was a welcome surprise for me. I really enjoyed it.
I was surprised it was to that extent. Like they're longer than I thought they would be. And a couple times I was like, I kind of just want to like fight some stuff now, but I kept going through it. So, like there were 2 I think that lasted longer than I wanted them to, but otherwise it changes up the whole game from what I thought it was going to be.
The integration between the iris and other elements to the game as well, and just the subtle things. Like I guess with Platinum, it's weird to add stuff to things like that. Like as you level up, did you notice that you unlocked the ability to see people's blood type through that?
Their height, their weight, and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all
eventually you can see which dimension you're in. Like it just pops up for some reason.
Interesting. Okay.
Like you wouldn't notice or something. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I got to get to the end of the game and see. But that sounds pretty good. Huh. Yeah, I at least like it. I think it's fun. I liked Batman Arkham Asylum for like its detective stuff too, though. So, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, overall, I think. Go ahead.
I like how some of the missions are just very like silly. Like the ice cream, like some little kid dropped his ice cream.
That was
you gotta catch the cat.
That was the problem with the tilt controls for me doing that ice cream thing. The whole time I was doing it, it was just constantly leaning. I was like, stop it, please. And then right when I got to the end, the little kid comes running by and knocks all of them off of it. Just 100%. It's like, great. Thank you.
Can't wait till you play what was it, Death Stranding with the Rock and the Baby, man.
Yeah, man.
Maybe another one. Let's go.
Yeah, Evan's got that PS4 Pro, man. He can do it.
I'll have to decide whether I'm booting it up for it.
you gotta make sure. You gotta see if you gotta plug it in. Did you unplug it after Samurai Showdown was all done?
Yeah.
That thing's unplugged.
That's just behind my monitor. I don't know what it's doing.
What are you, Sean? I would say, what's the next? That's the next PS. Is that the next PS4 exclusive? Is that Stranding that you have to turn that on for, Evan?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, no, you didn't. Did you play? You didn't play the Call of Duty beta with us, did you?
No. I'm not playing a first-person shooter on a console. That's not happening. Okay.
There you go. No, you can use keyboard and mouse. I thought on this PS4.
Why? Like, I don't want to hook any of that crap up. Like.
Well, if he already has his PC ready to go, what's the point of getting?
I'll just play it here.
That's true.
So after we've all played Astral Chain, do we still think it's a Game of the Year contender?
Absolutely not.
This is an interesting conversation.
Action game of the year, action adventure game of the year. I will see it in that conversation. Game of the year in general, no, I don't think it makes the conversation.
I disagree, sir.
I think it gets nominated.
I think it might too, because I mean, people nominated Nier.
But would it be that nomination that we all look at in the list and go, that's just there to fill a spot?
I mean, I thought the same thing about Persona. When Persona got, like, I knew Persona wasn't going to win, but it's more representation for that genre.
If Persona was a different year, it could have won. Like if it came out like in 2016, or maybe
what won? Yeah. Was that the year Overwatch won? And I just laughed. That might have been the year Overwatch won, and I laughed.
Yeah, or if like 2015. I mean, that game wasn't forever, but I mean, like I personally think, I mean, if you look at it this year, the games aren't. It's not. First of all, this year's not as strong as 2017 was in terms of just overall. It's just not as strong, or it's. Kind of what if you're looking at it right now, it's like Sekiro. That's like pretty much the
Resident Evil.
But remakes though. That's the thing about remakes. Just have this thing about them where no matter how count it. No matter how good, sometimes just remakes just don't. I mean, they might, but I mean, if we got to see how Death Stranding looks, it turns out. But personally, for me, I'm looking at all the different games and I'm like, Astral Chain's right up there as one of the best reviewed games of the year. It's easily like if you play the game is freaking amazing. It's very unique. There's not another game on the market like it. It's innovative in terms of its combat. I don't see why it wouldn't be in the conversation, especially for a new IP. People are always looking like, what's new? What's new? This is new and does all sorts of things differently. Why wouldn't it be in the Game of the Year conversation for me at least? Sekiro's new too, but from software. But I think those are kind of like the front runners. I mean, Resident Evil's there, Devil May Cry's there, Astral Chain's there.
Borderlands 3 is going to be a hot one for that.
Borderlands 3, Gears is gonna. I think all these games are going to be in definitely in the conversation for sure.
Untitled Goose Game will be in the conversation.
The fact that you say Astral Chain isn't, but Untitled Goose Game is in the conversation. That's
that actually makes sense. That Goose has like insane hype. Look at our chat tonight.
Goose Game. Everyone's talking about in the chat. It's a new IP. You play a goose.
It has revolutionary combat.
What's the revolutionary combat? I haven't seen any combat at all.
You think Astral Chain is this?
He honks at the guy, and the guy hits his hand with a hammer, and then he falls through a gate.
Have you seen better honking physics in a game? No, you haven't. So
it is going to be interesting because Devil May Cry is rated fairly high.
See, I would give the nod to Fire Emblem over Astral Chain.
I think Fire Emblem is definitely going to get it over Astral Chain.
In the conversation for Game of the Year, I throw Fire Emblem in.
Absolutely. You guys know I'd throw Fire Emblem in there too. I'm just saying. I think that all those games are
top rated conversation because we have the top rated games. The best rated game of the year right now is Resident Evil 2 at 93.
And I mean, y'all need to put a little respect on Luigi's Mansion 3 though. I think that game's going to surprise a lot.
That's going to win. That's going to win. That's going to win Family Game of the Year. Sekiro has a 91, and outside of Tetris Effect, those are all the 90s for the year. So far, it has been kind of a weaker year overall.
Fire Emblem has a 89 on there, but Fire Emblem in terms of like single player, I mean, the amount of content that you get in that game is crazy, especially with the 3 different paths and everything. But to me, I think Resident Evil, if they don't pull this whole, it's a remake type of thing, because it's just been like that. But sometimes the highest rated game always doesn't get a lot of game. Like, for example, like Red Dead Redemption, right? Like that was the highest rated game. God of War won all the awards. Like you go back years ago, like Dragon Age Inquisition won all the awards for so many places. Smash Brothers and Bayonetta 2 were rated higher than that game in Metacritic and all that. And Dragon Age Inquisition was the game of the year. You know? So
I think the problem is like Bayonetta 2 is an amazing game, but it's a niche game. It doesn't have that broad appeal where the people who are voting on the awards, they probably never played Bayonetta 2. So that's where Astral Chain has to compete against. Does it have that broad appeal where the voters are going to put that game over something like Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, Sekiro, Fire Emblem? And that's what it's up against. Even Death Stranding, it has to compete against these more mass appealing games, though Fire Emblem is kind of on that teetering edge.
You know what actually might win Game of the Year? And it's crazy to think about it, that Star Wars might win. Fallen Order, if it comes out, it has that mass appeal. If it gets a good review score,
it would literally have to be more impressive than just what they've shown. Like right now, it just looks like a standard game that I played like on the Xbox 360.
Well, did you see did you see the all the stuff that they talked about that they didn't show, or it's basically like a Metroidvania style game?
Nope.
There you go. See?
I don't know. I still don't know if that's.
I also want to point out, people are forgetting about Gears 5.
I'd also like to point out the Control is a Metroidvania game.
Oh, here we go with Control.
I included Gears. I said Gears is coming, so Gears is that.
I don't. Gears is one of those like either way. I don't know. Like I'm very nervous about it still. I'm more hyped now. I'm back in Gears mode, playing the other ones. That new trailer got me at least excited to play.
All
the
right,
story.
so let's just move over to Gears 5, and then we'll go over Discord questions, and I'll go through some of the super chats. Jordan, Gears 5. It apparently is going to be much different than the other Gears games. Okay,
so
first of all, they got rid of the of war. It's just Gears 5.
Big.
Gears
I know.
V.
I hate it.
But it's almost like they wanted to signify a bit of a change, because now it's going to apparently be a semi-open world RPG style game that I believe has some sort of what's that?
You said Gears?
Yeah.
An RPG?
Yes.
I'm
It's going to have RPG elements to it. Yeah.
I'm going to pique my interest now. Go ahead. Keep on going, John. Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm going to keep an open mind.
Okay.
But I don't like the sound of that for Gears. I'm already off board now. You just unsold me on the game.
That gameplay is dry.
Okay, I understand when they change stuff. Like when you look at God of War 3 to like God of War PS4, okay, I can understand the change. It's drastic, but it kind of works. That's pretty drastic. That going from a cover-based shooter to an open world RPG. I mean,
I don't think it's going to be a full.
They said semi. They described it as semi, but they also described it as
open-minded though.
Somewhere between like 20, 25 hours. What they were saying to complete it.
The campaign.
Yeah.
Well, thank God they gave me an extra 4 days to play it.
Yeah, so apparently it's longer than the other ones, and it has more substance to it. Full side missions and everything you can do or not do. And
I am so nervous, dude.
I am not. That's a great
It looks
way.
good.
Gears gameplay is so, it's like you just shoot, and there's like nothing. There's no
it's
upgrades.
cover based. If you're not good at the covering and
reloading properly, like, put some damn seasoning on that, man. Like, come on.
No, you just don't like straight anything shooter. The second they put RPG on anything, you're like, oh, let's go. I gotta play. It's the best game ever.
Why the hell does a game? Seriously, if you're gonna be playing a game, why the hell is there not a single damn upgrade? We play Resident Evil, you upgrade your damn guns in that game. You know what I'm saying?
Gears of War offers stuff almost every level. Like there's new weapons to find lying around.
They're the same. That don't change.
No, the weapons have big variety in Gears of War.
Did you watch the Jordan? Did you watch the trailer for it that they put out? Like the new one they did. The one they put out now that shows like the open world part and everything.
No, I didn't. When did they put that out?
Yes. They talked about it in like several previews and everything they did, and they showed some of them like kind of sailing around behind. It was like in a red desert part. It looks good. It looks good.
Again, optimistic. I'm for change if they can do it right. Like that's always fine with God of War.
Dude, I think this might score in the 90s on Metacritic.
Hey, you say that now, but then look what happened with Astral Chain. Everyone's gonna come down with those review bombing up and down, and no one's.
Well, the user score is gonna be a 0.5.
But you think Astral Chain is bad? You think Gears of War 5 is gonna just wait till Borderlands drops and everyone has a field day with those reviews? You're gonna see bomb zeros, dude. I'm gonna go on there just to comment. Just the longest.
Oh man!
But I am scared. I am really scared for Gears. Optimistic because I'm getting hyped playing the other games. And after replaying 3, I felt that spark for Gears again. I'm not as looking forward to playing through 4 again because I don't like the robots. I like parts of it. I just don't like the robots. I think that's like, okay, we don't need robots in this game. Like that's the last thing Gears needed. But I'm optimistic for 5. But if it's bad, I called it because I'm scared.
I think they had to change it up after 4, though. I don't know. 4 just felt like status quo. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I welcome.
Yeah. That's fair.
The Gears formula.
You know, I think I'm ready. Something different. Let's go. That's how you do it.
Bring back the glass rain that they only used in one game for like one level, and they've never discussed again. I loved the rain. It was just glass. It just rained glass. That's great. Never happened again.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I mean, I think, us old school Gears fans, we're very nervous about how this one's potentially going to go. But, the game's been gold for like a month already. I mean, they're all over this. This is going to be a good game. I'm sure it will be. I'm looking forward to it.
Nate, you're the resident Gears person here. Okay. So what did you think after hearing about the big change to campaign?
I'm intrigued by the campaign changes because I haven't really felt much interest in a Gears campaign in a while. I found Gears of War 4 campaign just to be, I'm mostly multiplayer. Gears 4 campaign was nothing to me. I got sick of shooting the robots. It just felt like a bunch of wasted potential. But I love the campaign of like Gears 1, Gears 2, and Gears 3. Judgment campaign can be forgotten. So I'm intrigued by the ideas of what Gears 5 seems to be doing with the campaign. Multiplayer is still my focus. I'm hoping that it's just a good tactical, strategic, action-packed multiplayer, same as ever. And it's because I played a couple of those modes in the beta, and those new modes didn't really resonate with me with the whole, pick your character, you get these starting guns, you have to get kills to upgrade them to these other options. But, once the full release comes, I have more time with those modes. Maybe they'll grow on me. So, let next week hit and I'll rock some Gears of War for the next 2 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy the game.
Talking about the part where she's sand surfing, right? I saw that. Okay, I know you're talking about.
That was cool. That was good. Like visually, even that was.
I think I will say the gameplay quality, like the graphics,
dude, 4K 60,
unbelievable,
dude.
I saw that. Unbelievable, man. Like when that giant like sand dune worm, that looks amazing.
That looks like a reason to. That looks like a reason to own an Xbox One X right there.
Oh, I'm glad I do. I'm glad I have a 4K TV. Let me tell you this: Gears of War 3 on Xbox One X, the gameplay. It's great. Like it looks like they've upgraded. The only thing they didn't upgrade was the cutscenes. When it goes back to the cutscenes, like, that's a 2011 Xbox 360 game. Then it cuts back to, I'm like, the gameplay is really smooth, and it looks like it's been fixed up for 4K. So
I was pretty impressed with what you were talking about, Jordan. I was really impressed with that, and I'm actually definitely looking forward more to. I mean, I was going to get it anyway, just because I have all the Gears games. I got Gears 4 too, and I can't stand that game, but I got it. But yeah, I'm going to get it, and on the Xbox One X, I think it's going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait to try that out. Man.
Yeah, I wanted a reason to have an Xbox One X outside of Forza, so this looks like a good first party game for them. That's going to push it. Although Borderlands looks like that's going to actually get 60 frames on the X. So
I'm playing it on Xbox first. Usually I'd play stuff on PS4, but dude, I've been all over my Xbox. I can't stop playing my.
Oh, I forgot. I know what's going to win Game of the Year this year.
Even though you forgot it,
Doom Eternal's going to win.
Ooh, that's going to be up there. That's going to be a nomination.
I saw that in the chat. I was like, yeah, Doom Eternal is going to win.
Doom Eternal, definitely. I think that it was just I think Doom, the first one, got so many nods just because it was something kind of like, oh, Doom's back in this way. Yeah. I think it's more of the same, so it might get kind of punished in reviews for that. But absolutely, I mean, it's definitely going to be in the conversation as well. Doom Eternal looks amazing. Looks great.
Yeah. Yep. So, cool. Let's go to a Discord question. Evan, what you got for us?
If you could theme a roller coaster after a video game, what would it be?
Whoa.
Astral Chain.
Man, a roller coaster. F-Zero?
That could be cool.
You know, yeah, that could work.
The budget was huge, probably like Vanquish or something.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
You said Vanquish?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's another one for Game of the Year. Is Outer Worlds coming out this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
25th of October.
Yeah, I think that one people are going to sleep on, and it's going to be like this, like, oh, have you played this game? It's incredible.
That's the problem. We're talking about Game of the Year now, and dude, in like the next 2 months,
a lot of games coming out.
There's a ton of games coming out. Like 3 months, 3 months from now, we're gonna look back and be like 30 games just came out.
I think the first half of the year will be better. I personally think the first half of the year is better, but like I said, I could be completely wrong on that one.
You're forgetting about
the first half were pretty
Death Stranding. Death Stranding is going to be nominated 5 times and win twice. It's going to get 2 Game of the Year. I don't think that can. I'm telling you, I don't think that can win Game of the Year. I think there's a problem if it does.
We're gonna get
biased if it does.
We're all gonna buy it. We're all gonna buy it, and it's gonna be like Control all over again. I'm telling you.
If it's like Control, that's gonna be something, man. That's gonna be crazy. I hope not. I hope it's good.
We're all gonna buy it. Half of us are gonna go, you know what, I like it. The other half are gonna go, no, I think it's dumb.
No, that's definitely gonna happen. There's gonna be a bit of a battle over that game. I can tell you that now.
I can't wait for Nate to just trash on it. And
man,
that's gonna be fun.
Leave the game alone. You're gonna buy it.
You have to plug in your PS4 then.
Oh, it's plugged in.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, that's because you had to capture no, I got Dragon Quest.
No, I don't remember the last thing I played on my PS4.
Oof, man.
I think it was Uncharted Lost Legacy actually, and I bought that last Black Friday.
Let me go over some of these super chats. Matt Torres says, "Keep the good work, guys. Love the show." Thanks, Matt. Juice Man Vaughn says, I heard Street Fighter Alpha 2 on SNES is rare too.
Yeah, it's like a $30 game loose, last I looked.
Okay. Flora says, I will donate $100 if MVG gets his eyebrows waxed. Okay, you might want to talk to him about that in his streams.
That's an easy dub. I mean, 100. We'll get the eyebrows taken care of.
I mean, MVG, he streams as well. So when you make sure you're subscribed to him, Flora. So when he pops up streaming some Astral Chain or any other games coming up, you can talk to him then. Cell Processing says, found out about the Untitled Goose Game date by randomly seeing it on their huge booth at PAX. I was really shocked. Then Cell Processing goes on to say, oh, and by the way, Nintendo Switch Lite screen looks insanely good in person. All right. I think colors look better than the OG Switch.
I've heard that from a couple different people.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see because I'm grabbing that thing in 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
It's coming out pretty
Same
soon.
Turquoise Boys. Untitled Goose Game launch.
Turquoise Boys.
I'm getting Turquoise too. Let's go.
Turquoise.
I'm getting
all your Turquoise lights should have Untitled Goose Game on it.
It will.
I'm getting turquoise and gray is what I'm getting.
You're going with 2 right away.
Yeah, because one of them has to get ripped apart. So turquoise is dying, and I'll keep the gray one.
Are you gonna get the Pokemon one for collecting or no?
No.
I am.
I have that one on pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one literally.
I think it's
I'll
I'll
have
pick up for that.
I'll have my turquoise one to play, but as soon as I get the Pokemon one, it's literally, hey guys, I bought this. I open it up, show it out of the package. Wow, this is beautiful. Put it back in the box, back on the shelf.
I will say this: if they do a special edition for probably what's going to be, let's be honest, Pokemon Let's Go Gold or Silver next year, I will grab one of those. Yes.
Actually, I think next year. Well, they could release 2 games. Actually, they could do the Let's Go, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do the Diamond and Pearl remakes. It's been 5 years at that point since the last ones, and it's every 5 years.
Yeah, I don't really care about Diamond and Pearl, but if they do Gold and Silver, that was one of my childhood.
You just upset OJ.
What's wrong with? I thought we were friends.
I fell out of Pokemon before they hit the DS, so I didn't even.
Oh
remember
man!
those
So you
games.
didn't play Heart Gold, Soul Silver on 2010?
I did not. No, that's the one that came with the Pokewalker, right?
Yeah, they were so good.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they were good, but I was out at Pokemon at that point.
Diamond and Pearl is so good. I can't wait for the remake. If
they do a remake, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. If they do a remake.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Okay, we're friends again.
I'll check it out. I will. Switch it up. No message. Then switch it up. Jose says, "What happened to Google Hangouts?" I don't know. Google ended it for whatever reason. Same reason they're trying to make us use the other studio beta.
Oh, I hate
thing
that.
that everyone hates.
No, you can't reload a page without it forcing go to that. The setting where it used to be in the settings where you could stay as default, they took that away.
Yes,
so
they
every
did.
time I can still go back to the old. I can go back to the old. But every time I reload, it's like, nah, every page you open, you have to look at
There's
the new
some cool
beta.
things about it, though. There's some cool things about it.
But it's not, it's slow, it's not complete. Like, there's problems with it.
You know what's weird is if I fill up the
Stadia.
If I fill up the description box, I don't think you can. I've seen anyway. You can click the corner and drag it down so that it makes it larger. I don't see any way to do that.
No, there's a lot of stuff you can't do.
I think they moved the Hangouts resources to Stadia. That's where they all are now.
Okay,
That's where they want us to hang out now.
Hey, man.
Yeah, Stadia is the new Cool Kids club for people who don't want to play video games.
Let's see. Matthew Campos says, better game, Nier or Astral Chain?
Ooh, I like
That's
Nier
actually tough. I still need to finish Astral Chain. Automata.
So I haven't even started. I haven't.
I personally, right now, the way that it's going, where I'm at, I'm liking Astral Chain more because I just feel that it has more style and substance, and the combat's just really unique. But Nier is really good. Nier is really good, man. Nier's a great game too.
I'm gonna say Nier is better because I love the shoot 'em up sections in that game.
They do some really cool shoot 'em up sections. I need to play more of Astral. I need to finish Astral Chain before I talk about that. Evan, that's a game you might want to check out. Nier, if you like to.
I've watched a lot of people play through Nier. It does look great.
You want to look at that because it's on PC and they always have it on sale. Like I always see it like 50-60% off.
I'm gonna pick it up one day if the timing seems right.
Yeah.
Nier's really.
I got it for
absolutely fantastic.
$15 last Black Friday. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. I love the first Nier, the original Nier. It's fantastic, and I've heard and seen nothing but great things about Automata, but I just haven't had time to.
The
I
first
haven't turned on my
guys
PS4 to play it, so like that's the problem. My PS4
the main character's too ugly in the first Nier. That's
oh
the
my
problem
god,
with
would
that
you get
game.
over that already?
I'm just saying, man.
No, we've been talking about this for like 6 months at this point.
Yeah,
Bring it up. I'm gonna say stop bringing up the first game, then Jordan. Down.
It's a great game. Stop worrying about his face.
Will Schultz says Will says got the Mana collection physically, great artwork. Wait, is that the same artwork that was in the Japan release for the original one? MVG. I don't know what the box art looks like right now.
I gotta check. My box is downstairs. So
that's not. Yeah, that's fine. Malbin says, "What are your takes on a job as a game tester? Activision tried to recruit me, but I've heard bad things about being OnePlus. It's Activision." I would say look at game testing as a way to get in, not necessarily as your end goal.
I would agree. I would say if you want to get into the industry and you take a job at Activision testing games, then I would say go for it, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great stepping stone.
It's really funny. One of the best stepping stones you can do is YouTube. You'd be surprised how many jobs can be offered to you.
I have to agree there. YouTube is a way like, especially if you talk about like communication, maybe even getting as like a community manager. Like a lot of times, like they try to, poach people from that type of position. And once you get in as a community manager, then you can just kind of work your way up from there. So,
or media, like I said, media sites will seek out YouTubers at times as well, like IGN and Kotaku and all these other places. And then from there, a lot of them, like Jose, went to Nintendo, for example.
Rich before Jose. So yeah, it's one of those things that happen.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of comparing two different things there. I mean, those guys who went from IGN to Nintendo have English and communications degrees and marketing degrees. So they went in, they didn't just go there because they had a background at IGN. They had the education to back it up.
That's true.
So I mean, going into like game Q&A, you can move yourself up into a producer role.
Correct.
You can move yourself up into the development roles. You're not going to be stuck in just the tester. I mean, the testing work it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours. It's for low pay, but you're going to gain a lot of skills and you're going to be able to advance yourself. Not necessarily at Activision. You might be able to go to EA. You might be able to go to any other Western studio because you have acquired those skills. You have these new talents, and that's what they're going to look for in these new positions as like a producer, director, developer. So, I mean,
just watch Grandma's Boy. That's the life of a video game.
That is the most unrealistic movie of all time.
It's the greatest movie of all time.
It's like those terrible commercials used to have where those two guys are sitting there. They're like, the woman comes over, she's like, "Hey guys, I have another game I need design. What's wrong with this game? Tighten up the graphics on level 3. What the fuck type of feedback is that?
Damn good.
Tighten up the graphics. They're not tight enough. They loose.
And then she just goes back and they, make a new game in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I will say just don't do it for free. That's the only thing. Nenny says, "Love Newswave. Keep up the awesome news coverage. What do you think about Blasphemous for Switch?"
That's good. Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, I'm talking with them now to get a copy of it so we can take a look.
Never heard of it.
It looks pretty cool. I would check it out, Jordan. There's a trailer for it. I want to actually play it, but it looks kind of interesting. This is from Trick Arrow, Astral Chain, Detectivision. Could have copied Horizon. I was talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, where it has kind of its own, like, you click a stick in and it like shoots out like a vision in front of you. A lot of like I said, Batman. I remember that specifically from Arkham Asylum way back in the day. So
what to do like a camera in front?
No, I think just like the detective vision, just look around like Arkham Asylum. I remember doing that on Arkham Asylum back in the day. So it's been used for a while now. Malvin says, "Oh, it's my birthday too, so I thought I'd share the love. Thanks for always helping me through my long and boring Saturday night shifts." Gotcha, Malvin. Yes, happy birthday. Leilu Nova says, "Who else filled up their 512 gigabyte SD card on Switch?"
You know what's funny?
I did.
I filled up my 400 gigabyte one. And
I have played a fair decent amount of Switch games, like owned and put them in my console and played them. I have no SD card in there.
Wow, good for you, man.
I have not added one, and it's never said, "Oh, you're out of space."
I thought when I put it digital, right?
No, I have a couple digital games, but it's like the fact that, like, I thought when I put in Astral Chain, I thought that was going to be the moment where I was like, "All right, you're out of space, buddy," but nope, I'm still good.
Wow,
loving it.
All right. Yeah, those SD cards keep going on sale, by the way, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely by Black Friday. I'll have.
You can get by then you'll probably be able to snag like a 128 gigabyte for like $14 or something crazy.
Then I'll have had Spyro's about to drop.
Yeah, you're gonna have to download for that.
Pokemon, oh god, yeah. You know what? I probably gotta get this SD card on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Spyro's gonna kill it.
Ziljan says, "If
Spyro's 8.6 gig download."
Even if you buy it physically.
Yeah, I just pre-ordered it.
The worst part is I think the digital download is like 15 gigs. So they could have used a 16 gigabyte card. And it's
sad because Dragon's Dogma used a 16 gig
Look
card.
at that. Capcom did something.
Isn't this crazy? This is weird. Ziljan says, "If a EA game wins Game of the Year, I will boycott the Game Awards." Not kidding. EA needs ignored and boycotted, not rewarded for not ruining it in the first month.
So what? Hold up. You'll boycott like all the following ones, or at that moment start your boycott? Which one, Big Z?
No,
when is this boycott happening?
I don't. All right, just don't buy Madden.
That's fair.
Actually, Madden topped the MPD charts. What's the next Star Wars game or next sports game? Nobody buy NHL. Did anyone know that NHL?
Yeah, that one. We've been doing that for years, and no one said anything.
I made a mistake by telling people that NHL's coming out, because if I just didn't say anything, no one would have known.
I used to like hockey games when I was a kid. I used to play them all the time.
NHL was really good.
93 and 94 on the Genesis. God tier gaming.
No,
Absolutely.
even semi recently, like I think 11. Like that, like 2010, 2011, 2012, those were really good NHL games, and then they just fell off a cliff. I don't know what happened to that series.
That was like a decade ago.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened though. So, I mean, they're not even releasing on PC or anything. It's just Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and it's not even on the Frostbite engine, so they probably could have put it on the Switch.
I think it's maybe just the popularity of the NHL just isn't really like going up here in the US. I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Ziljan says, Jordan, people can't review Bomb Borderlands 3 on PC. It's on the Epic Store, which lacks user reviews.
They can review Bomb it on other sites.
Metacritic. That's where they do it. Yeah, that's where they do it. And then
They're going to the Epic Store. They're just not going to buy it. That's the problem.
Mana Entertainment says, I want to join you guys on the SpawnCast. How? Ooh, good question. I don't know. How do you join us on the SpawnCast?
$350 to each of our PayPal.
Jordan's getting real over there.
You get a 2-minute pre-recording.
I'm kidding.
We look to have guests on as we go through. So usually we pick people out that we see online. So we'll work around there. Manor Entertainment. Thank you. And Sean, do you want to tell us about this Disney collection? I know you're watching wrestling and stuff right now, but I also know that there is a hotly debated topic here around an Aladdin game that I played like twice back in the day.
Disappointing.
Holy shit, Art Anderson's coming out.
Art Anderson?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, come on. He's the man. If he does a spine buster, I'll lose my shit. He's
not
gonna do a spine buster. He's about to do a spine buster. He got a spine buster.
Sean, I need that second channel made now.
That's the
title of the video.
First off, there's no debate. Okay, Aladdin on the Genesis is a better game than
Aladdin. You want a debate?
Wow.
There will be a debate, son.
Wow.
Aladdin on the
bust
Genesis.
you.
Aladdin on the Genesis is better than Super Nintendo.
No,
Madness.
No, here's the reason why.
How many times have you been spine busted? Your mind is gone.
No, I'm shocked. Modern Vintage Gamer, you like the Super Nintendo version better?
I do, man. I do.
You think you know someone. You think you know someone.
He's a smart man.
He's a smart man.
Look, it's
There's no sword.
Shinji Mikami, man. Come on.
Exactly.
It's the better game.
But there's no sword.
There's no
sword in the movie.
Yeah,
Yes, there was.
Yeah,
For like one sequence, he picks up.
Now it goes from it wasn't in the movie to now it's just one sequence.
Aladdin Super NES is a better representation of the film.
He should still have a sword.
Aladdin on the Super Nintendo was done by Virgin, which in turn worked with Disney on the version of the game. It was a better game. It looked better. It had better music, which you did not see very often.
Shinji Mikami worked on the Super NES version. Capcom.
Yeah,
Shinji Mikami, the god of Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. He made that game.
Man, I have both games. I think both games are great, but I will always prefer the Genesis version. Always.
I was disappointed because I wanted to see a Shinji Mikami, Aladdin, and Goof Troop remaster.
Yes.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Why is this getting the Game Boy version?
I mean, who cares? It's an extra version of Virgin. It's an extra version of the game. I was thinking of Virgin.
Company. Yeah. I mean, everyone's gonna take a shot at Lion King, I assume.
I have never played the Super Nintendo version of Lion King.
I mean, it's difficult. It's hard.
It can't be harder than the Genesis version.
I think it's the same game, isn't it?
It's the same game.
Yeah, same game. Okay. Yeah, I think it had to do with the detection of like the platforms. When you jump on them, it didn't always detect that you're on the edge and you'd fall through it. And
then enemies would just be there, and like you just be like, oh, somebody would just get jacked up. Yeah, I used to rent that game. Favorite movie of all time, and I used to think I'm just really bad, but no, the game's just really hard. It's just a really hard game, but it's still fun.
this stupid can't wait to be king level. Where you have the monkeys throwing you. I hated that level as a kid.
That level sucks.
And then like, cause sometimes the monkey will just spike you into the ground, into the water. If you don't do it right, you just die.
Oh no, then you're jumping off the ostrich's back, and for no reason at all, Simba just dies. Like, oh, you hit that nest. Like,
The fact that like this is still so fresh in your memory, like it was yesterday, means that like you have some like.
Because I would like rent it every weekend. I'd be like, I'm going to beat Scar, and then I would die on Can't Wait to Be King. I was like, well, you're never going to be king because you keep dying at the age of 2.
Eventually, I owned the game, and I finally got to the point where you grow up. I think most people didn't even get to that point where you actually become like a lion.
I was about to say, let's be real. That level was where we got to as kids, and that was it. We were like,
yeah, the waterfall. Well, the waterfall level is where I would always get stuck. We have to jump on the logs or go down the waterfall. Right after that is when you become like an adult, and then you can just swat the hyenas out of the way. Like you just start killing everything.
Yeah, but then there's that terrible level where you're adult Simba with the lava and stuff, and you go to fall on like a hot spot, and the game's just like, nah, you're about 1 micromillimeter away from where the hit hot spot actually was, so you die.
You know what's hilarious? That game's not even long.
No, it's like 2 hours.
I think you can beat it in an hour. Like if you really go through it and you like you get to know the game. Let me look this up.
I don't think it's a long game. For
30.
34, yeah. But it still doesn't have the Shinji Mikami superior Aladdin.
Nobody cares.
But it does have Aladdin.
It has a
demo. Good Aladdin.
Demo of Aladdin.
But he's in it.
I think this is a very cool compilation and hopefully a sign of things to come.
Yeah,
because
this
let's be real. Like, I don't think any of us expected this.
No.
Definitely not.
And it was shown off at the GameStop convention, which is hilarious because most people, instead of being excited about the game, were like, wait a minute, GameStop has a convention?
Yep.
That was like news for people. They do it every year.
Yeah, their employee thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it says you can rush through the game in 1 hour and 15 minutes on how long to beat.
Yeah, if
for
you're
Lion King.
If you're Jesus Christ,
everything.
Okay, this says
the whole friggin'.
Yeah, this says average. This says average is 2 hours and 13 minutes. So it's not long. You can play right through it in a sitting.
People will speed run it.
Yeah, people do speed run it. Yeah. So
sadistic people.
Everyone's gonna buy it and beat it. Watch. I bet you we go back through it now, and it's not as hard as you remember.
No, it is. I tried it again.
Did you really?
Ass kicked. Yeah.
I kind of want to try it again.
Just did a live stream of it actually. Andre played through the whole game.
Wow.
And he just kept getting killed. At one point, he was just like, "Yep, whatever."
I mean, he beat it though.
They're going to give you they're going to give you that rewind mechanic so you can just keep going back.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is actually really cool. They're doing that.
We're good.
I'm excited for like the bonus features too, like the
they got
trade
the
show demo, behind the scenes stuff. Like that, people are bitching. They're like $30. That's too much. It's like, okay,
that's
how much is Lion King on the Super Nintendo right now? Hold on a second.
I know Aladdin on the
Probably
Genesis
more than that, man.
is like $15-20, and that might just be loose.
Let me see how much Lion King is on the Super. Lion King on the Super is, this one says 13, this one's 20, this one's 18. Yeah, so if you get that and you get Aladdin on the Genesis, it's probably already $30. And then you gotta figure out how to get it out through HDMI.
I don't see why this is hold up. It's a HD remaster, so right? They're touching it up. You get all the different versions of the game, right? Into there. Like how is this a bad
scene stuff?
Yeah, how is this a bad deal at 30? Like, wait, what?
Aladdin
get paid?
No, Aladdin.
Aladdin is on the Genesis is about $13 to $14 depending. So yeah, you add that together and it's about $30. Yeah.
It's all on one cart. Is it all on one cartridge for the Switch?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
So
it should be.
It's a good deal.
All on one cartridge for the Switch, you get all that stuff. I mean, people do have to at least try to attempt to make money or get, be able to feed themselves or keep the lights on. I think who did that? Digital Eclipse, right? That's the Digital Eclipse did it. So they did Street Fighter and they did Mega Man, the first Mega Man, and so they know what they're doing.
People are gonna buy it just for the legend of Lion King.
Do you think that somebody hit up my Facebook page and was asking me about this, a viewer, and it actually sort of made sense. Do you think that maybe they're pulling DuckTales from digital stores because they're going to do something like this, like release it on modern platforms, potentially physically?
I had the idea, but maybe they're not going to do it because of this. that Disney might take a shot at their own like EA Access service for game consoles because they're in love with the streaming idea with their Disney, what is it, Disney Plus or whatever. But they could also have some sort of tier where it has games as well for game consoles with it. So you have
Disney
one subscription
Plus
service.
Max.
I thought about that. I was like, maybe they're pulling some of this stuff to do that.
I think there's definitely some merit, RGT, what you said there. I mean, if you look at Doom, right, they pulled Doom and then they re-released it. So I mean, they could easily do the same thing here.
Yep. Yeah. I think it'd be interesting if they did that. Although that would also still, the Wii U version would still be pretty rare, I would say. So definitely worth picking that up now if you can. By the way, the DuckTales on there. Evan, we have a Discord question.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I guess, long. We boil it down. Consider from the beginning of August till the end of the year, if you were only allowed to get 5 games, what would they be? I guess if we can come to a conclusion.
Good Lord.
5 games. Well, Zelda's Link's Awakenings. Throw that.
He said
there.
beginning of August.
Beginning of August till the end of the year.
Oh,
Friday the 13th. I'm split.
I was hoping they were going to say beginning of September because now I got to throw Astral Chain in there.
Yeah, Astral's got to throw Astral Chain.
I got to pick that up. Link's Awakening. I'm going to grab that. I might have to skip Borderlands 3, Jordan. I'm sorry.
No, I'm throwing Borderlands in there.
Because I still have to throw. I might have to skip Gears too because I got to throw in there.
You got to throw Spyro in there.
Death Stranding has to go in there. Oh yeah.
Luigi's Mansion.
I might have to skip Luigi's Mansion.
Get out of here.
I'll skip it.
No,
where's Untitled Goose Game, people?
I've already
dated now.
No, because I've already picked those 2 games, right? Astral Chain and Link's Awakening. I then have to get Star Wars. Jedi
you're
Order.
Really excited for Star Wars,
dude. I play all the Jedi Outcast.
I'm
Jedi
excited
Knight.
for it too. But like choosing that over.
What about the new Pokemon
so many
game?
other games?
Pokemon. I have to get Sword. That's 4, and then I had. Did I say Death Stranding? Right.
Yeah, you're gonna take Death Stranding over Goose Game.
I have to understand Death Stranding, man.
It's less of an interest and more of a need.
Yeah, I'll come back for Goose Game. I'll come back for it.
Dragon Quest 11.
I already beat Dragon Quest 11 on the PS4. I can technically hold off on that and come back to it.
That's true.
Now, some people are still saying, like, after what 2K did, everyone should boycott Borderlands. No, 2K, what they did, absolute crap. Like, that's bull crap, and it sucks that, Sup Matto and his channel are gone because of it all. It's very unfortunate.
You know what? We don't have to choose Goose Game because somebody donated the money for all of us to get a copy of Goose Game.
Well, no, you still have to pick it for the 5 games that you're going to get and play.
Yeah, but we're not getting it. We're getting gifted it.
But no, I think they mean
this
like
is a loophole. If we're gifted the game, we're not technically getting it.
But my point was, you shouldn't hurt. Shut up, Nate. Go play Super Mario Sunshine.
Hey, why don't you go play Spyro?
I will. It's coming out on September 3rd. The point is, there's a lot of people working on the game who spent 5 years putting a lot of passion and work into it, and I'm still going to support that because I've wanted this game. 2K definitely sucks for what they did. Randy's not a saint either. Randy. But
here's the deal. They already went to the Epic Game Store. They already got their bag of money.
Oh, I still want to play the game. What do you want me to do?
I do too. I'm gonna get it too. I'm playing.
I need it.
But yes, and it would have. I'm fortunate Cyberpunk's not falling into this year. Otherwise, I would probably have to cut out Death Stranding.
Yeah,
that's tough, man. That's tough. That shows how many games are coming out. What do you think, Sean? What do you got?
Friday the 13th. I'm not even joking because I need to play it. Okay. Luigi's Mansion.
Wait, did Friday the 13th come out in August?
Yeah, it came out August 13th.
Oh man, you missed that cutoff.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion, probably Astral Chain, Death Stranding.
That's 4.
And I guess Link's Awakening.
When's Doom coming out?
You're not doing Pokemon.
No, I would skip Pokemon. I would put Doom. Ooh, Doom's a good one.
You're not getting Doom either.
No, fuck that. I'm replacing Death Stranding with Doom.
Oh man, that's tough, dude. That's what I mean. That's tough, and you don't even know any. There could be another game coming that you don't even know about this year.
Especially after if we have a direct.
Oh, dude, you don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, the question is at what we know right now, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Well, we have to move on here because we're already at 10:44, and we still have to quickly go over 2K and their slot machines.
And we still have a couple other questions and probably some other things.
Discord questions, super chats.
Flies by, man. Been 2 hours already.
Yeah, well, we just started
We started like 10 minutes late because Sean couldn't figure out how to turn his headset.
We just started a little late, I will admit. So we'll go a little longer. But yeah, Sean was. We should just stream that because that was awesome. That was hilarious, Sean. Yeah, 2K slot machines real quick. They actually unlisted the video even, which was weird. But they showed straight up slot machines while they were playing 2K NBA, 2K Live or 2K20. That's Sean's. Oh, Sean, you have to cut that out too, man.
Fuck, that comes out next week too. I forgot about that.
Sean's on that game, man. Sean's gonna be spinning the slots, man.
Can you believe that? Like
you always skip that though, Sean. You don't play my team.
No, I don't do it. I play the actual like I'll look at it, I'll mess around with it, but I'm playing for the actual basketball, the actual players, the actual teams.
Yeah, why is there all this extra crap in a basketball game?
They're doing it. They do it with all sports games now. Like,
why is there story modes in a sports game? I don't understand.
I don't mind the story mode, to be honest, because one of the coolest story modes back in the day was Blitz the League. I think 2.
But I feel like that was a special occasion because that's not like Madden. You know,
is that the one where you had like the drugs that you would do and shit?
Yeah, steroids and everything.
The dude would like break his leg and they'd show up with like a syringe and be like, "Hold on."
You can like put him back in the game, but if you put him back in, like, and he gets hurt again, he'll be like. It was pretty crazy.
You could do all kinds of stuff. You could like mess with your rival team and send entertainment to their hotel room to keep them up like the whole time so they're groggy the next day. It was so hilarious.
Yeah,
that was great.
But like the regular NBA games having story modes, that stuff is whack as hell. I'll be honest. Like, those story modes
I agree.
They're trash.
The voice acting is so good at all of them, man.
And there's only one voice. Like, why do I sound like a middle-aged black dude? Like, I'm just like the scrawny white kid.
Wait, hold on. What's wrong with middle-aged black guys here?
Motherfucker. No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't think this
because of the way you made your character is what you're saying, Sean. The voice doesn't match what you made.
Exactly. Like, he's got
everything's like mumbled and monotone. It's all like, you got to go out there, you got to play some basketball. Hey, I don't want to play basketball. I want to live my life. No, you got to make the deal. You got to play basketball. And we're going to give you a signing bonus.
Sounds like Karl Malone and Shaq fused together.
I saw like cutscenes of it. It's just like mumble talking to each other.
Someone has to explain this to me then. All right, what we saw in the trailer with the slot machine, you guys saw that, right? You pull the handle down and like the slots run and everything. They got the prize wheel, the lights and everything. How come that's rated Peggy 3? But then Pokemon Red is rated Peggy 12 for gambling.
Well, isn't it when you submit a game to the ESRB, isn't it the company who decides what to show the ESRB? Like, you're supposed to show them the stuff that they feel can be flagged for things like that. I seem to recall that being the case.
They send a video of the content and a description of what they're sending in and what the game represents, and then the ESRB evaluates that content and assigns a rating.
But plus, as a sports game, I feel like the ESRB would just be like, it's a sports game. It's for everyone.
Right.
Like they've done it before for all these years. Why would this one be different? Well, because now there's a slot machine, which I assume, obviously, you pay real money, like a slot machine, but you only win virtual currency for the game.
From what I understand, though, this slot machine was in last year's.
Was it in last year's?
That's what I've been hearing.
I don't play them, so I don't know.
Sean, can you confirm or deny if the slot machine was there last year?
I don't know because I don't play the story mode.
Oh, you don't think
what are you hiding, Sean? What are you hiding?
I don't like the story mode.
Yeah, so I don't know if they've just been hiding it better and they were just like, well, we just put a casino in Grand Theft Auto. Let's just go ahead and put a slot machine in and put it in our advertising.
I think I mentioned this last time I was on the show. Like I went to the movies and they had a preview for the casino in GTA. I mean, they don't give a shit, man. They'll pimp that stuff out no matter where it is, honestly.
And Retro Tan Games is right. It says on the ratings that online content isn't rated. So wouldn't that supersede it? Because if it's online, is it subject to rating?
Yeah, for online could have its own rating.
You mean for the Grand Theft Auto thing or for NBA?
Well, both.
NBA.
Both. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but the My Team stuff that's offline as well, right? Or no? Do you have to be online to do it?
I think you have to be online to do it.
I always thought online rating.
A little bit of DRM.
I always thought online rating being not rated was mostly because if you can interact with other players, you don't know how they're going to interact with you.
They can't rate
They can't rate what you're going to say in the game.
Friday the 13th of Sean going on there and saying "fuck you."
That's true.
They can't give it an AO because Sean's playing.
Because Sean, that means that Friday the 13th should be rated PEGI 3 then, or E for everyone.
It should be, so that way more people can pick it up.
So that's kind of where that's the biggest thing, as people are pointing out that I don't even think it doesn't have the simulated gambling thing even on its ratings thing, but Pokemon does. So because of the Game Corner.
Yeah, that's sketch.
It's a little weird, right? It does kind of make you wonder about the ESA and the ESRB when it comes to.
It's probably also differences of time. Back then, they were a little more harsh, maybe with the rating than they would be today. We saw Turok get a different rating on Switch than it did on the Xbox One release because they said the timing has changed of how they evaluate things.
Because I think they rated that in 2016, Pokemon Red, because it got re-released on the 3DS. So
I mean, copy and paste their original rating.
It would have been. That means it would have been 2 years because this was in last year's as well. I don't know if that's long enough to do that. It's weird. Apparently they're going to look at it, though, is what they said. They put a statement out there like, we're going to look at it, which means they probably won't look at it because EA probably donated money to some foundation that's not the ESA, but they get the money for it.
So does everyone else start putting casinos in their games, or they're just,
I'll be honest. If I'm this big company seen as a faceless evil organization, I mean, yeah, they got shareholders. They're going to do it.
Can't wait to play Doom Eternal, and in the middle of hell, you just go, oh, a slot machine. Just go and play.
I mean, let's be real. These are faceless companies that have to.
Death Stranding. They have the perfect inn. You're walking across the USA anyway. When you get to Las Vegas, you just hang out and gamble for a bit.
I did put out a tweet just asking any indie developers why they do it, and I got a lot of what I figured it would be, which are moral reasons. I was like, I figure most of them are going to say, oh, because morals and all this stuff. I'm like, all right. But then one developer said that the reason they don't have microtransaction stuff in their game is because they didn't have time, or they didn't think the risk would be worth it to develop separate assets and everything, because they don't know how many people actually buy it and that's worth the time. But if you're a company that's going to sell 24 million copies of FIFA in a year, then you're probably going to do Ultimate Team because you know how much money you'll get from it. $800 million, by the way, in a year from microtransactions. Seems pretty good.
Well,
for EA.
Yeah, for EA. Yes, I mean,
by the way, let's fire like 3,000 people or whatever. On top of that,
they're only making $800 million from microtransactions from one game. It's fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's. I think if they know they can get away with it, it's going to be pretty bad. Yeah, they'll keep pushing it at least until it's banned completely, and I guess or it's just like it literally becomes gambling.
They will find a way to just keep renaming it things until. They'll just surprise mechanics. Oh, it's accidental mechanics. They'll just come up with new terms every time they can.
So unfortunately, that's I heard my team, Sean, you said it was super grindy and everything, and
yep, it's
because of obviously the microtransaction stuff. I get that, but I feel like that damages the game pretty bad. But what can you do? We had some Nintendo Direct rumors for this week, apparently. I've seen 3 different places put out information that apparently there's a Direct this week. I know, Nate, you drew that conclusion. Was that last SpawnCast or SpawnCast before? You drew that conclusion before people were all talking about it and everything. So I wanted to give you credit for that, because you didn't know anything about it, but you're drawing conclusions because of Tokyo Game Show and PAX West, right? And you were like, it has to fit in this week pretty much. Otherwise, they wouldn't have it, or it'd be too late to put something like Overwatch out, apparently, which people think it's coming out in October or something. But the word is that there appears to be some sort of Direct coming this week. If you look at the calendar, most of the time they have it on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I mean, they don't usually have it on Fridays or Mondays. So
yeah, I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason the day. It's typically Thursday. This week, with Monday being the holiday, you probably wouldn't get an announcement until Tuesday, the earliest. So the earliest it could be is Wednesday, but there's probably a higher chance that it does land on September 5th, Thursday the 5th.
Yeah, that's what I see here. So I think that would make sense. And people are asking, what do we need a Direct for? But
or 2019 games. There are games coming out this year that have not been announced.
Do people not want to direct?
I don't want to know about more games.
Oh, and we'll give Nate credit on this one as well. A retail listing popped up for an Assassin's Creed Rogue and Black Flag bundle on the Switch.
Really?
And Nate told us about that. Was that 2 weeks ago, Nate? or we,
yeah, 2 weeks ago, last week. I don't know. I know I posted it.
Yeah, you put
on
it out there.
Forum well before we discussed it on here. It was whenever the GameStop SKUs started to pop up. I was just like, oh yeah, those are probably like Assassin's Creed 4.
Sean
Black
wasn't
Flag
on that week. That's right. Yeah, Sean was on that week.
I wasn't on that week.
Yep.
I didn't know. This is the first I've heard about that.
More Assassin's Creed games. There you go, Sean.
I love Assassin's Creed 4. That game.
A Black Flag. I thought you were about to say you love 3. I'm like, well, you're really gonna like 4 then, because 4 is.
They
good.
gotta put the Ezio trilogy on there. I don't understand why they haven't.
I was saying I hadn't played Rogue yet, Sean, because it was on the PS3 when the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, and then they did a remaster, and I missed it. So there we go. Rogue is coming.
It's all right.
Yep. That actually might be a game this year, to be honest. So
Black Flag's legit. That's a good game.
Yeah, so good.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, though, you can't really play it like an Assassin's Creed game. You have to play it like a pirate game for it to to be really into it.
That's kind of why I liked it, though.
It was fun.
I didn't like it at first because I was like, this isn't Assassin's Creed. And then I tried playing it like, okay, let me play it like a pirate. And I was like, oh, okay. I get it. It works. It's good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be interesting to hear about that. I was trying to think of what else. Overwatch, of course, seemed to get leaked because of an accessory that made no sense on the system otherwise.
Switch Online 1 year anniversary.
That's the biggest thing here. If they do have it on the 5th, we assume they will announce something about the online. You know why that also makes sense is because they would probably want to announce if there are Super Nintendo games on the 5th so that the following week they can release it. That would make sense.
Well, I mean, the services would lapse on September 19th.
19th, yeah. That's what I mean. I assume they'd want to at least have it.
So, yeah, you'd want probably a 2-week lead. And, I mean, we've already seen the Super NES games leak as being on the servers back in, like, February.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for them to launch it with the 1 year. It's to get people to stay subscribed because no one's going to, stay on the servers to play.
Was Aladdin on that list by chance?
No.
Dude, Luigi's Mansion has 8 players online. People are gonna want to get it for that. I'm actually looking forward to it because the Scare mode on the 3DS version was actually pretty cool.
It was very good.
It was really good. It was really good. So this one has 8 players. So that's nuts. That's gonna be a lot of fun playing it. At least I think.
Okay. So I guess look out for that. It's rumors right now, but it seems like it would at least make some sense based on everything going on. And then Tokyo Game Show should be interesting after that. So, but Evan, you want to hit us with a Discord question?
Would you consider the Switch to be a late 8th gen or early 9th gen system?
I hate generation talk. I really do. It's a meaningless classifier. What does it matter if it's 9th gen? What does it matter if it's 8th gen? It doesn't make a difference. It's on the market now.
It's easy to kind of refer to a group of like system or a period in time for those systems, because like we refer to like the GameCube, the PS2 and the Xbox as one generation, for example, and it's just an easy way to say this time period and this time period. The problem with the Switch is it's out now and like in its prime when the PS4 and the Xbox One are still on the market. That's the issue. Is Nintendo fell out of that time period. Whereas they were originally following it.
It's 9th gen. It has to. You can't have 2 systems in the gen. True. It's the next. It's 9th gen. No matter what anybody says, it doesn't matter. It's not based on power or anything like that. Usually, it might be traditional, but it's the next system in your line. Yep. Wii U was the previous one. This one's the next one. Nintendo considers this a home console. Home console you can take on the go. Therefore, it's 9th gen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, EA says that EA doesn't include Nintendo at all. Gen. They're like back by 4, so they think that they're going into like the 5th or 6th gen according to EA. So whatever.
Do we have another Discord question, Evan? While I look at the
if Sakurai announces that there's another season of Fighters coming up and that none of them are from current franchises in Smash, which ones would you hope for?
Well, Crash Bandicoot has to come in at some point. That's all I know.
Jason Voorhees.
Oh my gosh! I think they could add Astral Chain characters if they did a second season. Like,
that's
it's
not
an
bad.
avatar. It's an avatar though, so. Like, would they make? I guess they would make it like Villager, to where you just have the standard one, then you can have like different customizations, like 8 different ones or something like that. That could be cool.
Well, I mean, just like you could either play as the guy or the girl from Astral Chain. Like you can,
and their moves would be directly related to what they can summon.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be cool since there's so much customization in Astral Chain, how your character looks. It'd just be cool if you can actually have like some of the customizations from there, like if they were in the game.
Cardboard box head.
Lappy
would be cool.
Smash.
I would like Chrono, but that's just
Croc for sure.
Chrono deserves it.
Gex.
No, Croc over Gex.
Chameleon from Chameleon Twist.
Yeah, okay, never mind. We got a winner, baby. Chameleon Twist for the win.
Oh, Chef Klonoa.
I really want Leon. Like Resident Evil needs to be.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil.
And I really think like Leon has a shot either in this upcoming one or if they do something. I would really like
Leon would be ridiculous if they announced Leon. That'd be crazy.
I think it could happen, man.
That would be a cool reveal.
I'm thinking it's gonna happen, man. I'm thinking it's gonna happen, or some type of or Jill, Leon or Jill, or I would think Leon or Jill, one of those two.
They should have the goose.
What happened in wrestling, Sean?
Canadian Destroyer off the top of a ladder through a table.
Is he a goose? Is he a Canadian goose?
He's dead, probably.
You gotta turn that camera on, Sean. Start that second channel.
He killed the goose?
He threw a table off a ladder.
Tables, ladders, and chairs, man.
It's
Damn, this game is getting exciting.
It's a front flipping pile driver.
Oh, right.
Off a ladder through a table.
Off a ladder through a table.
Yes.
Crazy stuff. I have no idea what any of that means.
You're going through a table at too many games, right, Sean?
Fuck yeah, if they'll let me. If they don't let me, we'll set it up anyway.
Will they stop you?
I don't think so.
Well, I think MVG is going to go to too many games, Sean. So you got to make sure you go through a table for him.
I will be there.
Now I have a reason.
I think OJ might go too. We'll see.
Next year, right? Too many games.
Yeah, it's next year.
Yeah. I am pretty much 95% going. I got my laptop ready.
Oh, okay.
Doing all that.
Nate's the only stickler, so
maybe we might do the live SpawnCast where Nate comes in through the crowd with his Kratos mask on.
I'm just gonna sit in the crowd and ask questions.
No one knows what you look like, so it'll work.
Well, except for Fringe, he could out me.
Your voice.
No, I keep this.
Oh yeah.
I would just change my voice. I'd just do something different then.
Brian says, do you think an indie game will get a Game of the Year nomination? I guess Celeste got it last year.
I mean, Walking Dead won 1 year. So
what indie game could they give it to?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Untitled Goose Game.
There you go. Answer solved.
Katana Zero is like one of the bigger
Katana
ones.
Zero. What about Ori? Can Ori qualify again?
No, because it's already a game.
It's new on Switch.
That doesn't matter.
Well, Ori will be out next year, Nate. There you go.
All right, Overwatch getting Game of the Year on the Switch. Let's go.
Now we're talking.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of Celeste really was a really good game when it came out, and that was a good nomination for him though.
Someone said
Hyrule.
Someone said The Messenger. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ethan R says afternoon gents, and then he also says the Emperor Baron for SpawnCast.
That's just asking for trouble. Don't bring Baron on here. He already caused enough trouble on OJ's podcast.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's on your podcast. Yeah. He's on your podcast. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on my podcast.
I don't think he's ready to be in front of 2,000 plus people.
Yeah, Baron's a bit. Baron's I mean, Sean would love him because he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Sean, that means that'd be good for your second channel too.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, you should. You should totally
have me on there and try to explain all the crazy like names for the moves that sound like road signs.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Start that second channel up, Sean.
I'm gonna.
Have you thought of a title yet?
No, that's the one thing I'm working on. Is
Okay, well, look, everyone.
I got some ideas for you.
It's called From the Rafters.
Everyone in the
After the bell.
It should be called "You Want a War."
that might get you demonetized.
That's true.
Below the bell.
That's true.
Wrestling shit gets demonetized.
No, I mean that might like get you put on the list, Sean. So,
that's true.
See, we'll just see what people in the chat say. See if they
Going off the ladder.
RGT 86.
Oh, I like that. There you go. There you go, Sean. Sean on ladders or tables, ladders, and Sean.
Well, that's not bad.
RGT
Right?
85 plus. That's what
Look, we got the good viewers here, man.
WW
What's
Sean.
up?
Saved by the Bell. That's good.
Well, you might have some legal issues if you say.
But I have some great merch ideas for that, Sean.
Oh wait. Colin's Tech Review
Scared by the
says,
bell.
Colin's Tech Review says, "What Genesis IP would you revive?" Mine is Vector Man.
Oh,
Vector
hell
Man.
yeah, hell
Vector
yeah.
Man for sure. There's only one answer. It's Vector Man or Shining Force. Or
That's two answers.
Panzer, House of the Dead,
What about Comic Zone?
Comic Zone.
That'd be cool with kind of like 2D art you can do now. That would be really cool to see Comic Zone because you go through like the panels and everything, and like you kick the guy through. Like that was cool.
Occasionally get a knife and skip a whole section by cutting downward and going through.
That was such a cool game, man. It was
It's some
hard.
good concepts.
Super hard as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Comic Zone was hard as hell. Dude, I couldn't even get past like the 5th level or whenever I
It
was
was
a kid.
so good though. No, you could like use level. There were codes you could use level skip and get right to the end. But
I didn't know that shit.
yeah.
Back then.
Well, it's easier now. You just need your credit card. You're good. You buy all the cheat codes you need. Caleb, no message. $10 though. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate it. Juice Man Vaughn says Aladdin SNES has better gameplay and sound, while Genesis Aladdin has better animation and is a better representation of the movie.
I mean, you can concede.
Nenny says Smash Ultimate Character wishlist for remaining 2 slots in the Fighters Pass. Mine is Spectre Knight from Shovel Knight series.
Wrestle.
Can we do like Beautiful Joe? Can he get thrown in there? He's in Chrono.
I said Chrono.
Can they do Squall? Can Squall get added in? I don't know. I'm just trying to think. They're gonna do just some crazy like character we didn't think. I think Leon's a good one though, OJ. You might be onto something there.
I want Leon. Get Leon. There needs to be Resident Evil representation in Smash.
Well, one of our
You might be
questions
onto
from Discord is, what did we think about the leak from 4chan about the female with mech coming?
The female, the character that like no one is really expecting or like would know much about or like think about too much.
Yep.
Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah, they're suggesting female with mech, which I'm guessing people are tying into the Overwatch launch, which would be Diva.
Well, Nate, you seem to think that leak isn't correct anyway.
That rumor is. I'm not even gonna say it's a rumor. It's nothing. It's nonsense.
Yeah,
It's something people made up. Yeah.
Yeah, someone made it up, and people are like, "Oh my god, an Overwatch case. That means that thing has to be related to this." No, it doesn't. It's two completely unrelated things, and I don't even know why that rumor got so much attention.
It
It's a rumor. It's a random 4chan post.
It trended on Twitter, man.
I could go to 4chan right now and say, "Oh, it's a man with a mech." Doesn't make it a rumor.
But
Cool spot for Smash,
Can you
I'm just
leak
saying.
all of Pokemon Let's Go on April Fool's Day?
I mean, I probably
was pretty
could
good.
if I really wanted to.
I
but
bet you know what? I bet that was Nate, and he's not saying anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know who the hell it is.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, could have been me. Could have been Evan.
probably wasn't me.
Probably wasn't Evan though.
Which means it was.
Shut up, Jordan.
And then James Clark says, "Do you think Nintendo may announce a price increase with the Nintendo Switch Online subscription?" I think they will, and I think it's going to make a lot of people mad.
No chance.
I think the Super Nintendo games, I think that's going to be a tier. I think it's
No
going to cost more.
chance.
You don't think so, really?
No.
See, I don't know, man. I think it might be more expensive.
It's not worth what they're asking now.
It doesn't matter. They're charging for it, and you can't message friends. And they're
Yeah,
charging.
but now it's gonna be give us more money, and now you get Super NES games and nothing extra. Like, oh yeah, can't wait to give you more money for nothing.
I agree. I mean, it gets to a point where buying the same ROMs over and over again. I don't see them, tiering the online, but who knows, man, what they'll do.
I'm unsure how they can keep charging $20 per year and continue to add games, because eventually they'll get to hundreds of games, and Nintendo does not like devaluing their stuff. Just looking at what they've done in the past, so I don't know how that works for them. That's where I'm confused. That's where I'm unsure of. That's my thing. Like, I don't think. Do you think 64 games can be added for $20 a year?
I think if they do 64, then yeah, they'll have another tier of online. But Super NES, man, I'm not really sure if they'll do that for that.
Mm.
The problem is, by the time they get to N64, I mean, let's just look at the kind of the trend. We'll probably have an N64 Classic first, then 2 years later, they'll actually add it to the Switch Netflix library of random virtual console games. So by then, they probably would have raised the price, because we'll be on like Switch 2 by then. So they'll probably actually have a decent online service where they can justify $30 a year, and then they'll include the N64 games.
You think that clean break between generations will do it?
Money with Super NES.
Okay. I mean, they went from free to 20 by adding games.
But they at least announced that well in advance, saying we are going to charge you in the future.
So
be ready for it.
The strategy here is to release it now and then charge more in February.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we would have a tier.
Well, I don't see them doing tier services, because it's too forward thinking for Nintendo to actually be able to handle a tier service.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. I'd like it to stay at 20. I'd like to be free and not have I would like the service to be good enough to be charged for, and then have an entirely different app where we don't have to decide if the money is worth it for Nintendo to do it, like a Netflix thing, and it just has 100 something games already on it from all generations. That's $10 a month, like Game Pass, but Nintendo Legacy. But we'll see. You're right. They're not forward thinking enough about this kind of stuff. So who knows what they're going to do with it? I don't know. Put Game Boy Advance on there at least. Do that. Master Tainment says yes or no to a Switch Lite XL for $250. Switch Lite, Nintendo Switch Lite XL. So like a bigger. Okay, so a Switch Lite with a bigger screen but cannot dock.
No.
What's the point?
Yeah, I think if it's going to get bigger, I would want it to be able to be docked, me personally. And they say, okay. Oh, I see. Master Entertainment says detachable Joy-Cons in same screen size. So still have the same size, but it would be the Joy-Cons would be detachable. I don't know if the Joy-Cons would be able to be the same size then. That's the thing, because the whole system's like shrunk down a bit. So I don't know if there's enough. I have to see, when I actually get it so I can see if it would work. But I think the form factor would be a little different then. If they're going to do another system, they might as well just do a Switch Pro and be done with it, rather than focus on the Lite anymore, other than colors and special editions and stuff. Let me see. I get everything there. There are a few super chats here. Jeff says, weird thing is Google Hangouts is technically still working. They are not doing any updates. Thought they were shutting it down, but it still works as of tonight. Oh, okay. I kind of like Discord because it has all of us on the screen. It's just we can't control the size of all the boxes. That's the only annoying thing. Otherwise, we could probably do some really cool stuff with this, to be honest.
Yeah. Focusing on individual people randomly, easily. Great.
We could probably throw all of us on one side and then put like a trailer on the other or something, or like video, or even a full screen. Evan has a, what are the thing called? What do we get? We got one of those things.
Stream Deck.
The Stream Deck. That thing. Yeah, we got one of those. So, yeah. Travis says, thoughts on a Xenosaga HD remaster?
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I mean, you never know. Then they call me Lucas donated $50. Thank you, Call Me Lucas, saying, been meaning to do this for a while. I really appreciate the tech teardowns and reviews. Thanks. Yes, I actually managed to a pretty interesting one's coming. I would say I managed to get a hold of a Switch Lite analog stick. Apparently, MVG. I managed to get one of those.
Nice.
Oh, here it is. I ordered it on Amazon, so it's legit. But it is white capped. So
looks like a breath mint, dude.
Yeah, it is apparently a Switch. It's advertised as a Switch Lite analog stick.
Very
so
cool.
We'll see. But thanks, they call me Lucas. I also want to do this Neo Geo Pocket Color soon too. That'd be fun. Appreciate that very much. And I think that's all the super chats. And I believe that is all of the stream lives. Evan, do we have any other Discord questions before we finish up?
The only one we have only matters if someone here uses both a Switch charge case and the new model of the Switch. Anybody doing that? Because he's wondering if it charges the same or if there's problems.
Oh no, it all charges the same. I have the Switch. What's that case called? It's the one that flips around it and has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery built in. The only difference is that the newer Switch gets significantly more battery life. Like it gets quite a bit. Instead of 10 hours or so, it gets like 17 hours. So it's still fine though. Input wise, current, everything, you're good. Yes, but is that everything on your end, Evan?
Yep, that's everything.
That's everything here. Let me just do a quick refresh, double check. Yep, very cool. So that is the SpawnCast tonight. Let me go around here. Thanks to MVG for joining us. Where can they find you, man?
Thanks for having me on the show again, guys. You can find me at Twitter, Modern Vintage G, and YouTube, Modern Vintage Gamer. I got a video coming out Monday as usual.
Okay, very cool, very cool. What about OJ? Where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube, at Player Essence on Twitter. Got a lot of cool videos that I'm going to be doing, a lot of fun stuff, and we're giving away a copy of Octopath Traveler, the Wayfarers edition, which is like $300. You can't find it anywhere. We're giving that away on the channel, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah,
fancy.
Check out the channel.
Cool. What about Sean?
You can find me on RGT85, less than 600 sub 24 or 200. 240,000 is the number I was looking for. So if you enjoyed me on the show tonight or any like mediocre gaming content, be sure to check me out. We got a lot of videos coming up this next week. Honestly, September is going to be batshit crazy for games and stuff. So it's going to be a fun month, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. And then what about Nate? Where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter at DirectFeed Games. There's a link to my YouTube channel in my Twitter profile where you will find videos of Bulletstorm on Switch, a comparison of Bulletstorm Switch versus the Xbox One version. I have River City Girls gameplay coming this week with Remothered. I don't remember the rest of the name of that game for Switch. Both of those games will have footage up on Thursday, I believe, is when the embargoes lift. And I think I just have some gameplay of some other miscellaneous Switch titles coming up in the coming week.
When's that next discussion video coming, Nate?
Whenever, if a direct happens and it's good.
If a direct happens, that's good.
What if it's bad?
If it's good, if the direct is good.
I actually think if there is a September direct, it will be better than the E3 direct.
Oh
wow!
Wow, man!
So if there is one, not saying there would be one on September 5th.
If there is one in September, I think it will be better than Nintendo's E3 Direct.
You are setting people up to be disappointed, young man.
I know a certain website that's going to be running with this.
Well, I didn't think the E3 Direct was all that great. So,
well, that's because you're crazy and you play freaking Panty Hunter games. So I mean,
I mean, let's be real. That Direct had No More Heroes 3, Panzer Dragoon, and Banjo at the end.
Yeah, and
that was pretty sweet.
We got last September's Direct, which had Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, Diablo 3. Well, actually, Diablo 3 was right before it, but that had a lot of games in it too. So if we have a repeat of a September Direct of the 2018 caliber, it's going to be one hell of a show.
Do you think it's going to end with a big Mario game?
Mario Odyssey?
No, I do not.
You don't think it is?
I don't.
Jordan, where can they find you?
You can find me. No, you can find me on my channel, Jordan Fringe. I'm doing a birthday live stream tomorrow at some point in the afternoon, so feel free to come hang out, whatever is going on with that. I put in the chat my movie channel, which I'm going to be getting heavily into this upcoming week, talking a lot about stuff. I'll probably get with John here about talking about Joker.
You can get on my cool second channel, man. You can get on there. We'll talk about Joker. About that.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about Joker on his channel, his second channel, Spawnwave Plus, right? I got that right.
Spawnwave Plus.
Yeah, check that out too.
It's okay, cool. And what about Evan?
Just on Twitter, Kimrick's Project. If I'm doing anything, news goes there. So yeah.
Follow Evan. He posts when he streams there too. So, but I think that's it for SpawnCast tonight. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Went a little longer, but that's because Sean had an issue with his audio. So, but it actually was really funny. We should have streamed that part. But thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next weekend, same time, hopefully with some interesting stuff to talk about. We'll see. So see you guys then.